Welcome to Sad Boys, a podcast about feelings and other things also. I'm Jarvis.
I'm Jordan.
Hey.
I've been trying to lip sync lately to the
the
intro, and
It is a song.
I have listened to songs that way fewer times than we've done episodes of this show, and I do a better job lip syncing to there's something about the cadence. I know cadence I'm very comfortable with.
Right.
The beginning and the end, great. There's this little bit. It's like, welcome to Sad Boys, a podcast about the feelings and I stumble through
other
that.
things also. There's a
Last bit.
There's a key. It's in a certain key. Well, I don't know the key, but someone could probably play it on a piano. That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be fun.
But there is something on the patreon.com/sadboys, where you can get close to 60 episodes of Sad Boyz Nightz, full length episodes of the podcast. There's going to be another one there right after this show. But when Russell was on, my childhood best friend, we listened to the podcast that we did together, and people were commenting
the random podcast.
People were commenting that I said hello exactly the same way, and I think it's because I ripped it off of like podcasts that I listened to back when I was
You hit
a
him
kid.
with the like hello.
Because I used to do like literally I'd listen to this podcast. I'll shout them out because they're still running. Podcast called, well, I think it's now called, well, at the time it was called Daisen Shui X. It's a Dragon Ball podcast from this very, very long running Dragon Ball fan site that at the time is called Daisen Shui X. It then merged with another fan site called like Kanzentai or something like that, but now it's called Kanzenshu, and I think they did change the name of the podcast, but it's a big sort of historical record of like all things Dragon Ball.
And how long is that series going now?
And it's been running since 2006. I've been listening to it since I was like 14.
Oh, dude, you and me, that's like 5 years ago.
Yeah, true. We are young. But
I love Fortnite.
It's been running forever. And in the random podcast intro, they would always do like, I can't do it anymore because I don't remember it, but I introduced the podcast like for the week of this. I like have the thing is like, welcome to the random podcast for the week of so-and-so, you know, and I would have like music playing because I was just like ripping off of, you're just imitating, you know?
I mean, I think that's that extremely embarrassing. I'm almost far away from it enough now where it's not embarrassing anymore, but we watched the very first YouTube video I made or whatever, my first year of college.
Oh, yeah.
My Movember Day Zero. Made no more. Made no more videos. But there's something about the cadence in that where, you know, I've got that nervousness on the mic thing where I'm not talking too loud, and if I yell a joke, it's like,
right.
You know? But there is something about my cadence. I think I'm doing Wheezy Witter. That's what the bit is. The edit is that pace.
Shout out Craig.
I was such a huge fan. Hate him now. Can't stand. I haven't caught up in a while, but yeah,
such a sweetie pie. We did a panel VidCon a couple years back. It was just like such a sweetie.
Wheeziest boys.
I think it was either that panel or a different panel that I was on with Tezonde of Chocolate.
That's
Rain
right. I remember.
fame.
I remember talking about it.
Yeah, it's very weird.
I'm a Tezon.
Very, very weird. Shout out Tezonde. People didn't get Chocolate Rain at the time. They were memeing. He was talking about real shit.
No, it's
Stay woke.
really deep voice. Do you know? Imagine if someone stayed dry, but others felt who cares? Others felt that I don't want to think about the metaphor.
Jordan, you were just on Arab's podcast with Frogan, Capri, and Raph.
Yeah, dude, you're an alt. Everyone around me. Cash ruins everyone around me.
I know.
That smallest provocation, all my secrets are revealed, dude. They had so much prep.
Oh, yeah. I got reached out to by Frogan for Oppo research, and I just like provided a few. Before we get into that, we have a brief word from today's sponsor, Aura. Aura is an app that helps you control what private information about you is shared on the internet. There's unfortunately a lot of personal information that can be found about you online, from your full name, home address, email address, names of your relatives. The reason this information is accessible is because there are data brokers who can profit off of selling your data to whatever creep wants to buy it. But Aura can identify these data brokers and then submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They can even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. Also, if any of your information has been compromised, like for example, there was a recent AT&T data breach, and Aura let me know what was happening and gave me steps and what to do to protect yourself. Aura's app also features a VPN, a password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and it protects your devices from malware. It's quite a lot in one app. So let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online. Head on over to aura.com/sadboys, that's us, and get a 14-day free trial to see what information about you has been shared online. Thanks again to Aura for sponsoring this video. Now back to the boys.
So without hesitation,
Without a few things, yeah.
Guess who? The woman I love. The woman I love shut my ass down, I'll tell you that much.
Damn.
Revealed my Marvel Snap spending habits.
Ooh, I do. Okay, so here's the thing. We already did this with Baldur's Gate, where you talked about something and then like I got into it too, and then we became insufferable. But
it was my revenge for Pokemon Go.
Oh, there you go. So now it's like it's a tennis match, and I do feel that I am already primed to enjoy Marvel Snap is the thing.
It is your Hearthstone instinct.
I know, because people don't know this, but like back in 2014, before I ever made a YouTube video, I was like, I should go pro in Hearthstone. A legitimate thought crossed my mind. I used to play it every day after work. I got legend every season.
The Hearth Bastard.
I was the Hearth Bastard. Big fan of Ben Brode of Second Dinner, developer of Marvel Snap. So when they were like, Ben Brode like left Blizzard, he was like, oh, we're making a new game. I was like, I will be seated for that, Mr. Brode.
That's when my career will begin.
And yeah, I mean, I still have memories of like a lot of the first Twitch stars were Hearthstone streamers. You know, like Disguised Toast started doing Hearthstone. I mean, there's the OGs of like Reynad. Shout out Firebat, dude. Shout out freaking. I met Forsen at the fucking first TwitchCon.
Forsen a Hearthstone streamer?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I was
and some of the very first in BlizzCon, like there was the first like pre-release tournament for Hearthstone, BlizzCon. There's so many iconic Hearthstone moments. I haven't caught up with Hearthstone recently, but I was watching a video from creator by the name of Jimmy with a 1 instead of an I. He's a RuneScape content creator.
Oh,
also,
yeah, I think you've shown me.
Yeah. He's a super cool, fun guy. He also randomly was at a birthday party that I want to say we were both at. I can't remember if I saw you there. And ran into him there. I think they're not based in LA. I don't want to dox them, but they're not in LA. Jimmy
so
and
that's
Flutton.
One city down, everyone.
Yeah. And just a great guy. But he does these video essays on MMOs, mostly RuneScape, but he just tried playing every WoW because there's like a bunch of different World of Warcrafts right now. And because there's like OG, and then they did like a similar thing to RuneScape where they like brought back the old school version, and then they like have a version that's like the OG, and then they started re-releasing the expansions in expansion order, and it's like super confusing and convoluted.
Apparently, Classic's on its way out. Support is waning.
But yeah, he put out this like hour-long video going through. He maxed his level on like all of them, or not on the most recent one, but he maxed his level on the first 2, and was going through it. And I was like, wow, the one thing I know about WoW is all of the proper nouns. I don't know any of the lore.
Via Hearthstone.
But via Hearthstone, I'm like, talk to me about Jaina, talk to me about Illidan, Stormrage, talk to me about Mal'Ganis or whatever. And I'm like, I fucking know.
I don't know what changed. I think when I initially left LA for the 2 years or whatever that I was away, I'm still very close with a good handful of
Edwin
people.
Van Cleef, shout out, brother.
But I just left San Francisco to come to LA. Was here for a year and a half, then left. And there was the combination of that, leaving San Francisco and then leaving LA, kind of, call me Fortnite because I keep my circle small.
Right.
I hung out less with a lot of the like Marvel fans that I knew.
Right.
Or most of the friends that I have now typically, if they're into superhero stuff, it tends to be the comics more so, or
Yep.
from an analytical point of view, but not a consumer point of view. And then I also fell out of the rhythm a little bit to keep abreast of it, but I'm just not really, I wouldn't consider myself an active viewer anymore. And I still, when I picked it up, I was pitching Katie on it. I'm like, you want to lose money? And then while we were chatting about it, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not like really a Marvel fan either now, but like it's just independently, it's like a really fun game. And then I caught myself going like, and you know what's cool? A lot of the mechanics are really tied to the themes of the character. Like, to say you were, playing as just a simple, straightforward deck. You had Mr. Sinister on your team. Right. Like Mr. Sinister has the capacity to make clones of himself. You play him in any particular location, and he will duplicate himself. Not really a benefit early on, but if you have power up, and then she's walking away, she's packing her stuff.
Right.
Packing my stuff.
Packing your stuff.
What the hell?
Hands you a suitcase. What's this? It's your things.
It's for all of your gold and also your energy.
Wait, it's no. It's Marvel Snap gift cards. Just leave and open it at your own house.
Keys.
Locks
I
the
buy
door
a
behind
car.
you. Yeah.
See ya.
Wait a second. This is just my stuff.
Every morning now, phone open, eyes crusty from a deep night's sleep.
Yeah.
The sleep bastard. Unconsciously, thumb hovering by the $100 pro bundle, 12,500 blue whatever. I barely don't even know what the points are called that you are able to upgrade cards.
You just
with.
reminded me that I didn't do my Pokemon sleep this morning.
Dumbass.
Which is one. I took a 2-month break, but I'm back on my bullshit.
From sleep?
Yeah, I went. I went half elf.
We swapped.
Yeah, but I just remembered that I didn't do that, and I will be doing it right now. But today, also shout out Hafu and Dog, the cutest couple that in my head is like the Hearthstone heartthrobs. Also OG streamers.
Do you remember your very first, just since we're on YouTube stuff, very first 10 out of 10 YouTube fan? Not necessarily a community, but specific channel. Because Wheezy Wade is very, very early, but
I think for me it
what's
was
first.
Vlogbrothers for sure.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, so this episode of Sad Boys, Snorlax, we got a drowsy power of 14 million. It's only a Wednesday.
Jarvis, you almost forgot about me.
Yeah. Snorlax, no.
Jarvis, I can't die, but I can feel pain.
No, Snorlax. It's not like that.
You are not the first friend I've had, but you will be the last.
Oh, is that a threat, Mr.
Never
Lax?
if you delete the app, it's dark in here.
Help. I can't see. I just turned my phone off.
How much time has passed?
I've not slept in 2 months.
I don't know if I get included in the show. It's just something with I was ideating on, and I got in a little hyper-focused moment. I wrote down a bunch of notes.
Okay.
I texted you about it. I'm chewing on the idea of doing like a Sad Boys special. Try it out on the Patreon. If people like it, we extend it, maybe make it public. I don't know. But a D&D campaign.
I know. I'm super down.
And one of the NPCs.
We could set up cameras at my dining room table.
I'm just thinking with all the infrastructure's here.
We've got the stuff. We've got the ability.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Get it.
I'm so in.
We want to get Eddie and Chrissy involved.
I think make it a whole shebang. And the thing I have, people can steal this if they want for their own campaigns, is a Pokemon trainer character, if anyone would be interested.
I would lose my mind.
That uses I wrote out like a set of mechanics and artificial tools that lets you capture people.
I'm already in. I'm out and then I'm back in again just to get the just to get the good feels.
They could be a weird, creepy, precocious kid that just went out on their adventure, or a disillusioned guy in the late 40s.
Oh man, I would love to fiddle around with something in that world, because I think there's so many interesting things about the ethics of, well, not even the ethics, but the world of Pokemon being a world where 11-year-olds go off on their own.
That's what I was
as
thinking.
like a career path.
It would be you're from some isolated island called Kento or something.
Yeah.
And there's no, in this particular sense, you also can just capture human beings.
Like Power World style.
We fight a thug, and then they have no perception of time inside of the ball. So you re-release them, you throw a ball out, and they're like, "Ugh, I had a beard. I didn't have a beard when I went inside.
Yeah, it's like a coma. You woke. Who's the president?
How long have I been inside?"
Officer Jenny?
They're like,
Interesting.
I'm finally free. And like, no, you have to fight this like plant.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
That has to be
type.
disorienting.
What,
You're
for
like
the-
just
for the
like
Charizard
asleep.
giving out?
You're asleep, and then you wake up, and it's like hydro pump, and you're like, what?
Jesus
And then
Christ. Can I have coffee?
today's episode, we have like a lot of things to get to. It's going to be like a lightning round of a bunch of things. First, how are you, buddy?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I think. It's the funniest thing because when we talk about it, it's almost like a little more implicit than when we talk about it on the show. Like it's just like, hey, what's up? And it's like, hey, well, you know all of the details.
Sure.
So like, here's a general sensation. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty good. And you can go like, oh, so this thing that I know is going on is going decently, you know.
Right.
A lot of the things that normally give me like pause or fear or anxiety or whatever, just like kind of in ambient places. Visa stuff's going well, at least I don't have anything to do. I have a lot of UK like estate stuff related to wrapping up things for my mum's estate. And so I say that like we had like a bunch of property or something. You just have to do stuff which is insane. Yeah. It's insane. Like the first thing is like, I'm sorry for your loss. Do you want it just this one? Name an initial, just real quick. Just a lot of that.
That's
stuff,
a lot of paperwork.
Even that's starting to kind of reduce and wrap up. And
It's expensive and a lot of paperwork to die.
to have
which
the
is fucking
audacity.
insane. Yeah.
You cheeky bastard. I mean, I'm glad we don't own anything. Or like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a whole shebang. I keep saying shebang. That's cool.
Shebang.
Shebang. Wow, that could be.
You're like a 50s guy.
It's a whole lot of
That's
jazz.
the whole shebang.
Oh, figuring out this stuff's a whole lot of jazz, Daddy-O. Joe Biden's 60 right now. But yeah,
Because it's the 30s.
yeah.
So he's a prime spry 60.
He can't get drafted. He's too old.
Oh man.
And chin splints. But yeah, a lot of that stuff is just kind of going smooth. So I guess the things that when that happens, I'm having this opportunity to like experiment or explore and experiment with my medication. I'm having the opportunity to spin up like we were just talking about it, but like you're changing some big things about my I don't know, actually
life.
Say it. Yeah, some like changes that will become apparent if I do go through with them, and trying to become the sleep bastard once again.
It's good.
Skipped a night for the first time in like 2 nights ago because I just woke up so late. But
Yeah. I slept super late last night, so I'm the no sleep bastard.
you've become something of a bastard.
Yeah.
In fact. No, I'm doing all right, and that's like quietly all right. Not some big thing that's a big old boost, and then not some like it's more like an accumulation of things that are fine. And then we've just been doing more. We've been hanging out with people more. We hung out the other night with Eddie, and it was like
It was so much fun.
it's like, oh, you can do this. I went
We
and
were
did
just hanging out
A-Rabs.
before the show.
Just hanging out.
I know I need to find more like justifications to hang out, because like, why do you have to be like about to do something else be most of the time you're hanging out?
But that's what was weird about the Eddie one. I almost felt like I was fiending. Like it was literally 2 days later. I'm like, what if we did Thursday?
Oh yeah.
What if we did like another day? Because I realized you don't.
What if we started
have to-
6 bands?
Yeah. What if we? I haven't slept in a week and a half. What if we hear this? Now we're brothers. We can be brothers.
we're brothers and we all move in together.
What if we
start 6 bands?
What if we started a company? I don't know what it does. How about you? What's up?
I'm good.
I heard you were the no sleep bastard.
All things considered, yeah. No sleep considered, I'm fine. I like went to sleep at 4 last night. The night before that, I went to sleep at 2, and it was like justified both times. Like the other night, I was like talking a friend through some like YouTube analytics. Like it's just like more like what keeps you up at night.
Mr. Beast was like, what does this mean?
You know, he's probably talking to other women, and it's like I'm like, look at these grabs. But the other than that, though, I'm good. I started a new medication 2 days ago that's supposed to help with some of my. It's like in addition to other medications that I'm taking, and so it's supposed to help with some things. But because it's new and I want to control the variables, I haven't been drinking coffee because I'm nervous that it might affect things that I won't be able to tease apart what's going on. Yeah. So I'm like not that tired, but
I think of coffee or like caffeine, if we were taking it in the form of pills, there'd be something more organic about the idea of swapping it out and changing this like the cocktail of medicine.
Yeah.
But I love the routine of it.
I love it
don't
too.
even think I like caffeine very much anymore.
I've got
a
a big bag of decaf beans here.
It's just
because I just love the ritual.
I would love a quarter calf. So it feels, I don't want to say productive, but like purposeful. But I also get a tasty brew.
And before anyone says anything, we do know tea exists.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people are like, well, let me tell you about a little thing called. It's like they turn into youth pastors. They're like, Jesus Christ was quarter calf.
Oh, you want to know about the first tea? Gossip about the crucifixion.
Yeah, the apostles were
the latter half of the Bible 2. What's it called?
Yeah.
Guess who's back?
Yeah.
Guess who's talking again?
Bible 2, Bible again.
You aren't going to believe
Bibling.
this. It's him, like it's a still frame of him ripping his hand off with the nail in it.
Like a clearly AI art.
6 fingers.
Someone's like reselling. I'm sure there's got to be some grift where somebody does AI fantasy art covers of the Bible and then resells them on Amazon. But okay, so
Could it be if may I ask what the new meds are? It's okay if not.
I don't want to talk about it yet because it may be nothing. You know what I mean? Like
it might be nothing. Turns out
A placebo.
Yeah, it might be placebo, but it's also until I'm like tuned in. I don't want to invite other thoughts about it until I like have something going. You know?
Is it you feeling? How do
I
you
don't
feel
feel
about
any-
bringing new medication generally? Is it like
Well, the thing is, I feel fine about it because I'm like, I'm just. It's like this medication is such a weird thing because you're trying to solve for something, but then you can't do that without side effects, and then you're trying to offset those side effects, and
the heads up you get from the professionals is like, you could have one of these 50 side effects, and I don't know why.
and you don't know why, and they could be they can act on the same. They could act on the same neurotransmitters or inhibitors or intake or whatever, and it's like.
To be clear, this is like genuinely the phrasing that doctors will give you sometimes. Is it can hit the same stuff, and sometimes it does something.
Well, yeah, because it's like, why does Adderall hit me different than Vyvanse, right? It's like they're very similar in how they act.
Yeah, we had like the exact inverse experience because I tried Vyvanse and it didn't work as well for me, and it made me get some of the side effects. And then you had a really bad time with Adderall.
Yeah, I like couldn't poop. Isn't that weird?
Couldn't find the toilet.
like, isn't that weird? Like, that was my weird Adderall side effect. Is that I was like, guys, I cannot poop.
And the doctor's like, I don't think.
They were like, no. I'm like, everything's normal except for the pooping thing, and also, I feel like my heart is going to explode when I take a tiny dose of Adderall.
I was like, no, that's fine.
I was like, this is fun for people. This is a party drug.
Oh yeah, I've got to hang out with my homies. Let me just do a bunch of unpleasant.
I've
feelings.
never felt worse. Yeah, though I was just because it's been so long since I've tried it. I'm like, maybe I'm not getting the whole. There's so many variables in everything. There's environmental variables. There's like what you're eating, how much you're working out, like what your stress level is, caffeine, depending on your gut biome, who knows? Like you might have weird stuff interacting that way. Like, and
it's one of the reasons I think we've both recommended at least exploring medication with no short of financial preclusion, right? Like that some medication is insanely expensive and not supported. Aside from that, if you're nervous about trying medication because you're concerned that it might not fit in your lifestyle diet, the side effects concern you, whatever, most mental health medication is completely conditional. You can stop and it stops. There isn't. Or
you consult your medical professional because there's, you for certain things like I can't go off of, an SSRI without like weaning, like sort of tapering down, and so do everything under the watchful eye of a healthcare professional. We are not doctors, and also your mileage may vary about everything. So that's why it's like I can only speak to my own experience, but we lost our licenses. Yeah, right. After the incident, I was gonna say something about that. just like, yeah, medication is just like this big whack-a-mole thing. And so that's always kind of what I feel like I'm navigating. And it's this, for me, I haven't ever had a medication that was like this just fixed my problem. It was always like, this moves the sliding scale in some direction, and I have to decide if that's worth it.
Yeah.
If that's worth the trade-offs or not.
It's like when you first... do you wear contacts?
I have contacts. I don't normally wear them.
But it's a little like when you... I mean, in my case, my vision's just been getting steadily worse. Not in like I'm losing my sight or anything, just in a little weaker over time. I've adapted to my glasses, comfortable, whatever. When you put on glasses for the first time, you're like, 4K?
Yeah.
If my glasses like had some severe side effects or something, you know what? I'd probably just see in 1080p. I don't mind if that happens to be the case with how much the medication helps you.
Yeah, glasses are a great example because it's like, okay, side effects of glasses. Lying down is not super comfortable. Peripheral vision sometimes impacted.
Getting bullied.
Getting them smudged is a pain in the ass.
They're lying.
Your eyeball doesn't get smudged on
Every
its own.
website is lying when it says anti-glare and smudge resistant.
Right.
What's resistant?
We
If you
still don't
smudge
know
them?
if that blue light shit is real. You know what I mean?
Transition lenses that are dark when you're in bed for some reason.
just get contacts. Okay, contacts. Don't fall fucking asleep. You know,
They'll go out of your mouth.
Yeah, or like you could get like dry eyes. Like there's there's no free lunch, right? Like everything has side effects, and so
contact shit.
Everything's a
terrifies
trade-off.
me.
Yeah, I mean, like there's some extreme stories for sure. But all that's to say, I feel good and fine right now. We've just been doing a lot, but I think I'll have more to report on in maybe the coming weeks. Because they say this new thing that I'm on is like I might not even feel the benefits for a couple weeks.
Sure, yeah.
So, but yeah, otherwise good. If a little nervy and anxious just about personal life things, and I think that's normal. There's always like a crisis in Jarvistown brain where I'm like, is this a real crisis or is it my brain trying to drum up the news because it's a slow news day, you know?
Well, yeah, sometimes there's almost like a cavity that forms where the thing that was conditionally obviously the reason you were stressed or the thing you were thinking about wraps up or reduces, and all of a sudden, like, the tap never stops flowing. And then your brain's like, well, it's full up with water, which in reality is some unconditional fear or whatever, just natural proclivity for being worried. And then, because you had a thing, like something very specific.
Right.
And then even if it's resolved, reduced, whatever, your brain's like, well, it can't be for no reason. And it isn't for no reason. It's just not, there's no like, your brain wants evidence so that you can do something about it.
Sometimes it feels like the 24-hour news cycle. You know how like it used to be that the news would come on and it'd be like, local man saved a dog. And that's pretty neat. And the president gave an address, and the elections are coming up, and don't forget to get your ballots. And then it'd be like, all right, bye. And then now it's like, there is an airplane crash, and even though it's more likely you get struck by lightning twice or whatever, that you're like on one of these things. Now we're going to scare you about it, and we're going to interview an expert, and you're going to figure out everything that could go wrong.
Scanning through, and it's like, okay, well, it turns out, thankfully, this is never going to happen, but like Boeing has resolved all the issues with planes, and then they're like scrolling, and they're like, a guy died.
Yeah.
That's bad. Right? Just anything.
Are you drinking water right now? Turns out water can kill you.
Or it's good.
And it's like, wait, what? Or it's good. Okay. And chocolate's healthy. And there's a new miracle drug that's turning everyone into frogs. And it's like,
but we're not going to say what it is.
And I'm like, okay, wait, what? What's going on? And it's just like, they're just like, it's like,
I guess I should keep watching.
NBA media is like, we've got nothing to talk about. Who's the GOAT? Is it LeBron or Jordan? And it's like, it's been 30 years, guys. Can we just like chill?
No one else knew on the list.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Steph Curry today.
But that's my brain. It's going, I got nothing. Maybe you'll die alone. Is that anything? And I'm like,
yeah, that would be bad, I guess.
Okay, well, you do. Okay. What if we You know, it's like a propagandist like writing
Yeah.
like actually everyone hates you. And they like put up like propaganda posters in your mind. And you're like, does everyone hate me, or is my brain just unemployed?
I do want to give a shout out to a movie I think you would love in the same way that we saw Uncut Gems together, I feel like.
That I got scared watching that movie.
That's what I mean, like where it's a different type of horror movie that I never need to rewatch, but I highly recommend a movie called, because I'm also interested in like the American experience of it, called All My Friends Hate Me, I think is the name of the movie. And
that's My Life Story.
The whole, not all, I think Anastasia is fine. You know, Jacob legally has to say he likes it. There is this, the whole movie is just about a guy that meets up with all of his friends for his birthday event at like a isolated Saltburn style mansion, right? I won't go into the details of it, but it's like this, in the same way that Uncut Gems is this steadily growing financial stress. And like, what's this guy doing? He's gambling more. It's very British. And it's just this one guy who's like pretty nice and affable. And on the car journey over, no one's laughing at his jokes. They're a little annoyed at him, but he doesn't know why. Gets to the mansion. One person just goes like, and by the way, I think what you did was pretty messed up. And then goes to bed. And it's this act. No one will say it. No one will be explicit. A lot of people aren't saying he did anything. They're just, again, not engaging with him, not laughing. All my friends hate me. Yeah. It's this. So much of the way it's framed feels like, I guess I can only call it simmering British. It's a very, well, we don't say anything. That's not how it's
Simmering
works.
British is written by two guys named Tom.
What the hell? Oh yeah, I thought that was like writer and director was Tom Palmer and Tom Stourton.
Yeah,
That's right, by Chipney and
that's like
Scribbles.
they could triple up with Tommy in it, and they got the Tommy gang.
Yeah, that's the fusion result.
Yeah.
We are Tommy in it.
The thing that they're in is a mech. I keep always wanting to put people inside of mechs.
Drift compatible friends.
It's my favorite thing.
Shout outs to Tommy. I hope you're well. Hope your shows went great. Don't reply, not interested. Just letting you know I hope they're good. Venmo me if that was a nice question.
But otherwise, so we do have a bunch of stuff. But one thing that I think would be fun is to have a little mailbag, because people don't know that I and we have a P.O. box. We'll put the address on the screen, but you can feel free to send us stuff. We do get letters. We do get like little gifts here and there.
In the description for audio people, I guess.
In the description as well. And I do think it's always in the description, or maybe that's just on the gold channel. But anyway, we'll put it in there. We'll put it in the preset, so it's like always there. But this is not, we got a thing today, and this isn't a way to get free advertising. So if you have a business, don't like try to do that. Because we will be doing regular ads on the show all the time, but
Yeah, don't send us like a sweet, cute, sincere-looking package for a gambling website.
but we got these hoodies today. Jordan's wearing his.
I was a little chilly when I turned up, and this blessing was here.
Cute.
I'll do it. Here's what it looks like, kind of rippling physique.
Good things are coming.
If you're concerned about it not being able to fit your arms.
This is from Peripheral US, and we got a little note. It says, "Hey, sad boys, big fans. I design earrings, but recently I designed a hoodie. Hope you both like it. We like it. It's neat." And that's from Amy and Carlos. And they've been huge fans for a while, and they say thank you for the content and vibes. And also sent us some stickers. And I thought that was very sweet. So thanks, Amy and Carlos.
We were just discussing getting some kind of sticker item, something to put the stickers on. That
What do you? Yeah, let us know what you put your stickers on. Water bottles, laptops. I used to be a big laptop sticker guy.
I feel like the tech laptop sticker culture was the equivalent of like car culture here.
Guitars, stickers.
Yeah. Loading them up on your laptop so it gets heavier. Like there's so much stickers on it.
All right. So we've got a lot of tiny things, so maybe we can run through those. First is, have you seen any of the Sonic movies?
I saw the first one because everyone was so excited at the beginning of COVID to get in the same room. Mm-hmm. So we, did I get COVID?
Oh no.
This was like, I was in London, right? It was right after I got back to the UK. and I was about to hop on a train. And it was the 28 days later period. It was like somebody heard about COVID, but we didn't know if it was the same as Corona.
Right.
They were like, what is this? 2 illnesses going on? What's going on? One's like SARS, one's legit, blah, blah, blah. And then this is all just a scam. And then the super spreader event, Sonic 1, comes out. We all go in to see
Gotta
the
go
movie.
fast. And that was the virus.
Yeah, gotta run fast. Get away. And we really didn't understand what was going on. A lot of people coughing in the theater.
Oh, no.
But you know what was weird is that, like, I was going to say, which is, so rude or whatever. And I'm like, it's always been a little rude to go to a public place and cough. But people might not remember, at least a lot less so. It wasn't like a pariah thing. You didn't see it and go like, are you insane? You could have COVID.
Oh, for sure.
It was the same as like, I'm not sitting next to one. That'd be a little weird, but otherwise, 3 seats away.
Meanwhile, like when I went to Japan for the first time and I was on the subway and there were people wearing masks, I thought that something was wrong. And then I realized that that's just polite. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
You just thought they were being
censorship because you
censored.
can't show the mouth. Yeah.
You can't hear the statements from it.
I haven't seen the Sonic movies, but I want to. I've heard they're fun. Yeah. And
I didn't see 2 or
3 hasn't come out yet, but it just got announced.
I definitely hasn't seen 3.
There's a lot of things. So the main thing I want to talk about, I'll say in a second, but I do intend to watch them. And I love Sonic. It was the first video game I played. I have like a lot of, history with it. And specifically, I have history with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Mm-hmm. Your Chow still lives here.
My chows, my beautiful chow
They
garden.
become weird looking adults, I'll say that.
Maybe the most fun, that was like Pokemon to me for that era was my chow garden.
Oh, the game just became a conduit for giving resources to my chows.
It's like kind of makes me want to play just a chow garden or something, like a Tamagotchi.
Kind of remarkable that IP has not been given like some kind of iOS release where it is just that part.
Yeah.
Feels like such a, especially nostalgic, because now people that would be nostalgic for it are the spending demographic. That is like the spends game on Marvel Snap, for example.
Well,
they're smart.
One of the notable things about Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is that released in 2001, it was the debut of Shadow the Hedgehog, and Shadow the Hedgehog will feature in Sonic 3.
Nice.
Do you have a guess as to who's playing Shadow?
Because Knuckles was in 2. That's right.
Idris Elba.
Who's playing Shadow?
Yeah, think Idris Elba level of star power. Level. I mean, like we're talking like A-list.
Is the vocal performance similar to legit Shadow? Are they doing the same kind of?
Could be. We don't know.
Look at my gun.
We don't know yet. Look at my gun is very important. I think very important to who you answer.
Look at this gun. Oh man. Okay.
It's awesome.
Who's huge? Right.
Think of like the most awesome person that could possibly be. Who's a big star?
It's neither of the Toms that wrote All My Friends Hate Me.
Right.
It's not me. Is it not me?
Well, could be.
I can do my voice. Hey everyone, it's me, Shadow.
Oh,
Look at my gun.
I thought you were gonna impersonate the. Okay,
Well, that wasn't it.
close.
I'm misremembering the game, I guess. I'm thinking of Big the Cat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you were thinking of
God, okay. Can I get a couple questions?
Yeah, please.
Have they appeared in a Marvel movie?
Great question. I don't believe so.
Are they
I don't know though. I haven't seen them all. There's 1,000.
Are they over the age of 40?
Yeah.
Have they appeared in much television or like how many films?
Not in recent years.
American?
Yeah.
Shit.
But I would say big movie stars more there. Their vibe.
Is all I can think of is Tom Cruise.
That's
Which
so
would
funny.
Rule.
That would be funny.
Henry Cavill.
No, Keanu Reeves.
Oh, what am I thinking? Of course.
But isn't that sick? I think that's sick.
That's really
It's
cool.
fucking Shadow and his Glock voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Gotta go fast.
I'm so stoked.
Is he doing the John Wick voice?
I have no clue.
That
I don't
would be
think
good.
we've seen anything other than like the Deadline like article.
What if Shadow's wearing a little bulletproof suit?
Dude,
He's very Wick coded, actually.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Because like
find
Shadow
me
is
back.
the like John Wick of like he's the anti-hero that's like he's not evil. He's misunderstood. He's
Vegeta.
like he's the That's what I said to Anastasia yesterday. I was telling her about Shadow. I said he's the Vegeta to Sonic's Goku. But also, the funniest thing is that Sonic was always, Sonic is the Sega mascot the way Mario is the Nintendo mascot.
Sega does want Nintendo.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Because I was going to talk about how they try to do edgy, right?
Yeah.
And so like Sonic's edgy, he's rough around the edges, he's cool, he's got cool shoes, he goes fast. But
he does go really fucking
really
fast. Too fast. It's like Freddy Fazbear.
But the Shadow in, I don't remember if Shadow had a traditional gun in Adventure 2.
No, I think only
there's like blasters and like bombs and like rocket launcher type things, I think. But I don't remember guns. But then the Xbox exclusive Shadow the Hedgehog game that came out in 2005 prominently featured his fucking Glock.
A huge, like too big for the humans, which it also did feature photorealistic people.
Yeah, was that the one where, was it Sonic or Shadow who was in a relationship with a human woman?
Both.
Okay.
And the only thing I remember about Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, I believe, which was also featured Shadow, she was like a princess and she was under the age of 18. Oh. It was, which maybe, look up Sonic age, which will put into question a lot of the art I've seen online.
I'm a guy. Let's go fast.
I'm 40.
33. Is Sonic canonically 30? No, that's the age of the
Well, it was
IP.
released in 1991. He wasn't 1 year old.
He wasn't an infant. Sonic is still 15 despite having a birthday. Someone's mad about that.
Knuckles is between 16 and 29. That's a huge amount.
That's so funny. Hold on. Did the creator of Sonic go to jail? Can you type in Yuji Naka jail? Yeah.
Oh God, I remember this.
Yeah, Yuji Naka, suspended prison sentence, $1.2 million fine, found guilty of insider trading while at Square Enix. So white collar crime.
One comment.
Who hasn't done a little insider trading in their time? Nancy?
What comment
Pelosi?
is? What if the comment is Yuji Naka being like, no, didn't actually.
Yeah.
You
In
did
response, I had to go fast.
Gotta earn fast.
They had to suspend his prison sentence because they couldn't catch him.
He's going too fast. Where did he learn this? 2 years. Okay,
but
I can do that.
That is such funny. I do love how we could just unpack something into a bunch of lore, because I was not planning to talk about the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog going to jail for insider trading, and yet here we are. Anastasia, do you have something?
I was just gonna say, there is some like relief in being like, oh, it's not murder or sex crimes.
Yeah.
He was just rolling around at the speed of sound.
I mean, nowadays, because you're like, oh, did you hear so and so? Like, this isn't even cancel worthy. You hear Yuji Naka got canceled? What do you do? Insider trading. Oh, he's not canceled.
Cool.
Yeah.
Badass.
That's actually sick.
Did you see the recent Trump at Gettysburg?
It's not sick, by the way.
Mini
It's a
Steve.
joke.
Try
Oh,
it.
I didn't see it. No.
Have you done it, dude?
Do we? Is that something we wanted to pull up?
Yes, if only because he. The only thing I suppose is that he lightly implies that General Lee has been cancelled recently.
Why does that give me deja vu?
Well, you said it.
Wait, was it?
Oh.
It reminds me of when.
That's a different clip I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's 2018.
I think it is at the.
When
no.
he acts like Robert E. Lee is like alive today,
He's the best.
like in 2018.
Yeah, it's that one.
He's a great
that
guy.
article.
Don't know him.
He's cool.
He's cool.
Featured a pirate impression.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I don't think I saw that
noting.
part. Oh, maybe I did. Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Trump goes on a weird rant about the Battle of Gettysburg, then notes that Robert E. Lee that he's no longer in favor. Did you ever notice that?
You noticed that?
That is a really funny Trumpism where he like acts like he's the first to break the news on something, but
The Confederacy lost.
no, like acting like you're the first to break the news on the Confederacy is wild.
He is like one of those Twitch streamers that like says the N-word because he was just riffing. You're like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Did anybody notice? Wait, can you? Because he's like, I said, I can't do Trump, of course, but I said, fucking, why is it even worse today? They never talk about him.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't know. Fuck it. Let's just play the clip.
Where our union was saved by the immortal heroes at Gettysburg. Gettysburg, what an unbelievable battle that was. The Battle of Gettysburg. What
I was
an
there.
Unbelievable. I mean,
was
it was
40.
so much and so interesting and
Biden
so
was too
vicious
old
and
to be drafted.
horrible. And so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success.
It was so
of this
bad
country.
and so good, actually.
Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg.
Oh, wait, go back.
Gettysburg, shit, man. That's
Sounds
what I
like
would.
he's singing a song.
Gettysburg,
Always.
wow. He has actually some very poetic phrasing coming up that I think
Wait,
is-
let's see.
Portion of the success of this country. Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch. And the statement of Robert E. Lee, who's no longer in favor. Did you ever notice that?
Did you ever
longer in
notice
favor.
that? And then why? Wait a second. Is
the fact
this?
that it opened a picture of Mike Lindell made it look like that was Robert E. Lee.
Wait, was this like Newsmax or something? Like what? Why
Yeah,
is
what
this
is
on?
this?
Why is My Pillow sponsoring this?
RSBN.
That guy's a big Trump supporter.
Huge,
He's his homie.
huge. Mike Lindell is, yeah. But this is like promo code RSBN. What is RSBN? The Ruth Bader News Network or whatever.
Ruth Bader.
Ruth Conda Forever Network. Right side broadcasting. Jesus
Wow.
Christ,
AI generated.
dude.
There is I just love. I went to watch and to look.
To watch and to look, Gettysburg. Wow.
Isn't that poetic? That's
It
like
is.
not the way people speak, but there's something about that in prose. I both watched and could.
It kind of feels like I've never described it this way. I feel like I'm watching someone. Whenever I watch Trump speak, I feel like I'm watching someone mid Guitar Hero solo, where he's like not sure if he's gonna hit the note, and he just lands it like right at the last minute.
Every now and again activate star power, like
Yeah,
flinches
yeah,
to like get
yeah.
it in there. Yeah, he's played it like twice before.
He's like he's about to fall off the balance board, but he like stays afloat, and everyone's going, oh, no, he got it. He's back. He's still technically making sense.
doing like a little Tony Hawk manual.
Yeah.
You can't disagree with him when he says 20 adjectives to describe a battle.
That are
It's like,
conflicting.
Horrible and wonderful
Adjectives.
and beautiful and...
How do you?
Honestly,
how do you
adjectives
disagree?
is
it was
his,
good.
the
It was
danger
bad.
zone. That's like where every now and then he always has 3. And so he'll like, it was bad, it was terrible.
It's like he's doing. It's like he's doing crowd work where he's trying to suss out the audience's opinion about something. It was a good battle. It was a bad battle. We don't like it. We do.
And we didn't like it. Oh, yep.
And he's fallen out of favor, but we love him.
But not. It's good that he fell.
He
out
was
of
a
favor.
great man. He was a misunderstood, complicated figure. I wish him the best.
And the Confederacy, what they lost?
He called me yesterday, said he's a fan of my work.
He said, "Hello, guess who lost?"
Okay, so something was unearthed recently. Okay, I'm gonna set the stage. Are you familiar with The Decision?
I think we might have touched on it on the maybe on the Patreon, but at least on the
Yeah.
pod about it's the LeBron's decision
Yes.
of whether he return or remains with his hometown team or moves to.
Yes. So he was gonna move, but here's the deal. So LeBron was drafted in like 2003 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He independently is an incredible player, but the team was horrible with him. That's why they got without him. That's why they got the #1 draft pick. And then while he was able to like bring them single-handedly to the playoffs, he didn't have enough help because basketball is a team sport, and like he basically they just didn't have the personnel to really make a run. And LeBron's getting up there, like Michael Jordan, for example, didn't win a championship until his 7th season anyway. So it's like LeBron's starting to get a few seasons deep, and he's like, oh, my clock is ticking. I want to like win. So he announces that he's going to.
And his contract with the Cavs is up.
It was up.
Right.
And so this like ushers in this like player empowerment era of like players trying to choose what teams they go to. But LeBron had he was a free agent. He could really do whatever he wanted. And he had a TV special that was like supposed to be funding the Boys and Girls Club of America. But everyone clowned on him for it because it was called The Decision. And it was an hour-long TV special, half of which was like retrospective on LeBron's career up to that point, 7 years long. LeBron's now in year 21. At this point in time, LeBron, biggest star in NBA and huge star in sports in general, has all of the decision-making power. And every team wants him. So it starts this crazy courting process where every team is like trying to present to him. He's taking general meetings and stuff where he's meeting with the board. They're presenting him he's meeting with all these billionaire owners, and they're pulling out every possible stop because it's going to be a huge boon to the marketability of their team.
Like people will pay to go and see a team just because LeBron's on.
I mean, look, Caitlin Clark just got drafted to the Indiana Fever, sold out all of her jerseys immediately. The pre-sales for their games are like taking off like wildfire. And so like that is the star power gravity that someone like LeBron has at that point. There was a legend. I heard this like, cause I've been a casual NBA fan for a lot longer than I've been like actively a fan, like watching all the regular season games.
A ball boy.
But there was a legend that when the New York Knicks pitched LeBron, they got some of the cast of The Sopranos to record a secret like Sopranos episode about LeBron, like after the show had gone off the air.
Yeah, it was like one more bonus episode.
If there's one thing I know, like you guys know basketball, it is The Sopranos.
And so that's why we brought you here today, because
we weren't going to invite you to this recording.
Exactly.
Christopher, what the fuck are you talking about?
So recently, I do not know the context of this, but on this podcast, they played a few seconds of what is a 30-minute thing. I don't know the full. Yeah. We still haven't seen the full thing.
So this was legend for a long time, and it just recently leaked.
Oh, it's in wait.
So this leaked this week.
The thing was made in 2010?
It was made in 2010.
Yeah.
And for years, people had talked about like this thing, and
it
no
was
one
like a
knew
legend
because
because it sounds insane.
Yeah.
It sounds insane that it sounds like an urban legend that you'd see in an iceberg video.
Wait, when did Gandolfini die? A little after this?
Yeah. He definitely was alive in 2010.
I made a secret episode.
This guy Pablo Torre has a basketball podcast, and he got a copy of this somehow.
Wait, is the show called Pablo Finds Out?
Oh, maybe.
That's
Maybe he did. I guess he did.
Yeah, Pablo Torre finds out.
And it just leaked recently.
Just like this bit of it.
So let's watch it.
So let's watch this.
Let me just ask, like, total running time of this video?
About 10 minutes.
That's so crazy. 10?
They made LeBron sit through a class project.
For 10 minutes?
10 minutes of his time.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. They have one chance to convince the most high-profile free agent in the history of sports to come play for a franchise that desperately could use exactly that. And they walk into the room and sit down, and they press play on a video, and it starts
Pause real quick. Sorry.
like this.
Which team is pushing this?
New York
Knicks.
Okay, at least that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is there any
Tony, I'm so glad we moved to New York. Life is so much better now.
Yeah. Life's good here, Carl. Even if we are in the witness protection program.
Now, we just gotta find a place for your friend LeBron to live. What's he like?
Well, he's a modern guy, but he respects tradition.
Well, here's something classy on the east side.
Was it big enough? It's going to be entertaining a lot of people in New York.
It's very expensive.
Oh, that's not going to be a problem. You got to find something magnificent. Something there's nothing in the world like it, one of a kind, like he is.
Here's a place. It says it gets really loud there. Take a look.
Sexy. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah,
Mac.
that's going to be perfect for him.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
I just have to say, James Gandolfini is, in my opinion, amongst maybe the 10 greatest performers of the last 50 years. And getting him to constantly look into the camera
It's so funny.
is so funny.
It's so
Also-
funny. And then him turning the newspaper while he's talking, he cannot be possibly reading.
I feel like they didn't memorize those lines.
No.
They were looking at a teleprompter or
Oh,
something.
dude. I mean, if there's one thing that makes it feel canon, it's the fact that Tony is literally doing anything related to a black man other than hiring to shoot people he doesn't like. That's all. The two biggest events that happen regarding black people in The Sopranos is he hires them to kill people so it doesn't get back to him, and he calls his daughter's boyfriend a slur. It's like,
Oh my
one of
God.
those fake Italian slurs, like a fanuc, a scalucchi.
But shout out to the other two guys in that video, Worldwide Wob and Jason
you say that?
Concepcion.
Oh, okay. I follow Worldwide Wob. They're a big
Guys,
Lakers
that's
guy, right?
anti-Italian.
Well, so Rob is just a big NBA Twitter guy.
Got it. Yeah, I follow them on
He's
NBA
one of
Twitter.
those guys that moments after something crazy happens, he has a clip of it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Very good
just
follow.
like in the
Yeah,
juice.
it's always like during a game you're seeing this person's tweet.
Also,
Okay.
he took Lakers owner Jeannie Buss to an event one time, and everyone freaked out about it.
That's so funny.
Genie Bus.
Yeah, her dad was a Lakers owner as well. All
Yeah,
the
it's
bus
like
kids.
all the
now.
bus kids.
What a
own
weird
Lakers.
coincidence. She got into it.
So there's a very funny clip of her and LeBron recently because it's like she's like in her 60s or something like
Yeah.
that, and someone else, I can't remember who was next to her, but LeBron is like talking about how they're like the most powerful. They've done lip reading of this because like it's too far away to see, but he's like, you're some of the most powerful women in sports. And then they're like, oh, and he goes, Happy International Women's Day, by the way. And then they're like all like hugging on him and stuff. And it like went like very viral.
Hugging on him and he turns to the camera.
Yeah.
Woke up this morning.
But
Got
James
myself
Gandolfini
LeBron.
has since passed, and I hate that his legacy is being tarnished by this video.
No, dude, that legacy, his legacy is him in that photo where he's drunkly got his arm over the shoulder of a SpongeBob SquarePants mascot. It's one of the best photos ever made.
Oh,
People are like, don't release it. Such disrespect. I'm like, this is sick.
have we talked about Anthony Davis being in an episode of SpongeBob?
Maybe.
I think it was in my quiz that I did on a Patreon.
Oh yeah, like on the jet ski.
Yeah.
I saw a photo, but the reason I remember you mentioning it is that I think you then referenced David Hasselhoff or something in the SpongeBob movie.
I think I did. You did.
No. No.
All right.
Somebody's trying to get more money.
All right, we gotta keep it moving. Keep the good times rolling. Another thing we wanted to talk about. This will be quick. Let's pull up the Spider-Man NPC. You know the guy who is Miles Morales?
Yeah, vaguely.
I don't know his actual creator name. Do we have that? Leaks World.
God. This is the thanks for the rose. Smells great. or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Do we have is there, Jacob, do you want to just take it away?
Is this industry still
I don't think the industry at large is, but this guy is killing it.
He rules.
NPC stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of is, not as much as it originally was, but recently Pinky Doll was like the original NPC live creator.
Ice
Whatever.
cream.
She was like,
Ice cream so good.
yeah, she was like upset because like everyone like copied her style or
Is
something.
it?
And she's started doing like mukbangs and stuff.
Yeah, she started doing other stuff.
Isn't she French Canadian or something? I remember she stopped doing like the voice and spoke sincerely for a second. I'm like, whoa.
She's something.
She was like, ice cream so good.
Yeah, I think
Hello everyone. Thank you for
Oh,
watching.
I remember that. Someone walked into the room and she spoke to them in French.
Like
Yeah.
a child or something.
Gross.
Yeah.
Nasty.
So yeah, this is NPC Miles Morales, and we have a few clips of him. This one is where he is doing this. I'm not sure where exactly it is, but some sort of security guard or police officer
Tony
comes
Stark.
up to him and is trying to get him to move somewhere else.
Yeah.
He's an Avengers tower.
Thanks for following. Copy. All right, my command wants to talk to you. So.
Nah.
Yep.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
You do your own thing over there.
Nah.
You're on contract to space, dude.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
You can do it over there. Yeah, he's already asked me to do that. You might as well go ahead and.
That's really spicy. You're gonna give me a stomach ache. Those smell amazing. Thanks. Wow, is that a galaxy? Enough of those, I might make it back to my own universe.
Out of the world. Anyways, need you to move up there.
Need you back up 6 feet, buddy. Whoa! Let's not do that again.
Yeah,
Feels
let's
like
not
I
do
got
that
sent
again
through a
and move you
wormhole or
over
something. Those smell amazing. Thanks. Turn out the music, turn out the bass, turn out the music, turn out the what? 16,000 people. You're starting to piss me off.
Hell
Wow,
yeah.
is that a galaxy? Enough of those, I might make it back to my own universe.
That's so cool.
It's so interesting to me.
I mean, you know what's funny is I like wouldn't watch one of those streams.
No.
I'm not really a live person watcher.
Yeah, I don't watch TikTok lives, but
It is. I get it, kind of.
the thing that blows me is the sheer amount of cardio involved. Like his involved like jumping around and
I
shit.
didn't know he did them outside. That was new to me.
And he's often getting asked to stop trespassing.
Yeah, please.
And he goes, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
It
You're
seems
starting to piss me off.
It seems
I
like
don't
a bad
remember Miles
idea.
saying that.
Like, why would you do it outside?
I think for the
do his
I
own
think
thing.
it like adds to the what's the word?
Like
anything can
anticipating.
happen.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, with great power, you gotta give it aside. Whatever. I don't remember the movie. What was he like?
Is this next one when he like gets too many in a row?
Yeah, there's a couple of them where he gets a lot of galaxies.
That's cute. It's fun. We should do this.
So him breaking character goes viral like every time.
Fuck these galaxies, man. Y'all niggas wildin', bro. Hell no.
Oh, he's fully out of character.
Fuck.
I guess because the galaxies pulls him out of frame, right? That's the thing.
He's sweating.
Get to 1 million likes, bro. Get to 1 million likes, bro. Get to 1 million likes, bro. I don't care if there's 1K motherfucking people in here, bro. Get to 1 million fucking likes, bro. Put some.
Jesus.
I thought it was going to be a bit. Is that a bit?
I don't think so.
It's a very convincing
Well, some
performance.
people in the comments think that it's just him trying to do like reverse psychology.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
It worked very well. God, that's interesting. Because here's the thing. I'm like, well, he's like a live, he's a live guy. He's not an actor. But I'm like,
Yeah.
this is kind of acting, and he is very good at it.
I know that suit is stank as hell.
Dude, any
How
amount
the
of
hell
sweat,
do you watch that?
peel it off?
Yeah. You're like doing backflips for 13 hours.
Oh God.
This is one of the ones where he like gets a bunch in a row.
The galaxies at least getting some cash.
What's happening?
Yeah, it's
12,
like 10 bucks.
13. All right, I better get to jumping, right? That's what you want to see? You want to see me jump? You want to see a black guy jump? You want to see me
Okay.
jump around, huh? That's what you want to see?
Okay, man.
I remember this from the movie.
I mean, just you can change what the emote is.
What's that IGN quote again? The audacity of a black teen.
Yeah.
I better be the strongest person on earth. Okay, bro. I fucking get it. Stop.
Oh my God, this is weirdly. This is heavy.
Wow. Is that a galaxy?
He kind of doesn't have to do it.
Fuck
though.
it, man.
Oh my god, he's like.
Wow. Is that a galaxy? Enough of those. I might make it back to my own universe.
Just take a long break off screen.
Whoa.
What is?
Feels like I'm staying in the same universe.
And I think it was like one person giving all of the galaxies.
Yeah.
So it's like one person was like,
Trolling.
yeah.
Do you remember
It's
when?
weird because I'm like, I mean, we've all been there. You're like working a job and then like, it's like, I don't want to deal with this.
I keep getting sucked into a galaxy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work my retail. I'm working at Iceland in 2009, I think, ish. Do you remember that bit where Spider-Man 2099 pins him down and he goes, fuck this. Oh, I'm sick of this galaxy.
Is the not enough tap? There was one that went viral recently where he like broke character because enough people weren't tapping.
Is that the
That's
roses
that's
and
like likes on TikTok. Yeah, I think it's this one.
But
Yeah,
it's
2 days ago. Too.
No one was sending galaxies for 10 minutes. Do you want them or not?
There's 11,000 people in here. There's 11,000 fucking people in here. And you guys are not tapping the screen, okay? Make sure that you're tapping the screen. There's 11,000 people in here. There's 11,000 fucking people in here, okay?
How many?
Tap the goddamn screen, okay? Tap the goddamn screen. Okay, you see this button right here? Press the fucking button, okay? Press the fucking button.
Okay, Miles.
Yeah, sure. Peter.
Thanks to follow.
It's so jarring when he goes
It's so
back.
jarring when he goes back into it. Okay, so then that was what I saw, and then people were clowning on him, and I don't know the full context of this. I also don't know how old this kid is. He can't be more than like 22, 23, right?
Into the Spider-Verse. I mean, the fact
Is that wait? Is that an interview he did?
When you get requests on like live, are they ever sexual, like porn related? Because I see a lot of comments being like, "Is this weird?"
He's in costume.
Nah,
You know,
that's wild. That's wild.
You know what we mean. Because if you watch some of these NPC TikTok like live,
It wasn't just one, and now I'm bringing it up.
it's not. It'll be like, "Ooh, a glizzy, yes," and like.
Welcome back to Team Z Verify.
I just want to see how they
I'm
introduce
Seth.
him.
I'm wild.
Leaks World.
He goes, and Leaks World, bro. Let me tell you how I found you. I'm like scrolling through TikTok one day, and first of all,
All right,
everybody.
this isn't gonna help. Yeah, I don't know. But I am like, it seems so tiring. So I hope he's having fun. I hope he hasn't done anything bad. But I just think it's so funny. Oh, okay. So let's watch this last one. The what do you do for a living?
Holy shit. Yo. What do you do for a living, bro? Shit, this is a nice car.
I'm gonna do my own.
Oh my God.
Is he doing the streams daily? Because otherwise I'm skeptical about that being
I
his
hope he's
car.
doing the streams.
I hope
it's not his
I
car.
hope that's not his car.
I hope-
he's
I hope-
saving some money.
Candy
know.
purple Lambo. I don't know.
I know.
man.
I'm just like, those cars are so expensive, and I don't know
I only have 2.
the financial situation, but
Even leasing, there are people that I've heard about leasing very expensive sports cars after being successful online.
Guilty.
And even leasing is probably like very expensive every month. You're paying a high premium.
Yeah, now I feel like an idiot because I don't have a license. You know what I mean? Like now it's like, oh, right.
But yeah, these crack me up every time they come across my screen.
It's
just like it's a universe, no pun intended, that I just don't understand, where it's just like, why aren't you tapping the screen? Send me the galaxies.
God,
don't send me the galaxies now.
It would be very smart bait. Like it's a great idea to get, because we've also seen this on Twitch, which are very more obviously bait, where people are just like, that upsets me so much what you just said with your $20 donation. I hope nobody else does text to speech with a $15 minimum.
Yeah.
Like he seems very genuine in how
just like-
emotional he is.
I know,
in
it's so impressive.
But they go viral.
Yeah.
So and people probably check him out more.
And most
after
people
these.
wouldn't, like if he was doing a fake one, even if the performance wasn't as convincing, people would still watch it. Like people would be so in on that, right? Am I crazy?
I feel like how long until someone creates a really convincing AI version of this that can work infinitely?
Oh, do as many backflips. It gets tired. It gets pissed off.
The cops come.
Taps the screen.
They like add extra like environment events.
Something that people do on TikTok Live is they will do like AI generated looping videos of like a face cam of someone gaming, and then they will do pre-recorded like gameplay, and then basically do that on TikTok Live. So it's like a self.
Yeah, he did it just for regular YouTube videos. That's interesting. And his was like a little bit more robust, but
He did his own thing.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
I'm going to do my own thing.
All right, what
That
else
was
we got on
actually
the
what
list?
happened with Felix. That's what happened to PewDiePie. The
Oh, he
bridge
did his
clip,
own
it
thing?
was AI. I mean, he got blamed, you know.
So now I'm gonna do my own thing.
I'm gonna say my own thing.
Okay. Jordan, you have a huge announcement.
I have a huge announcement. Just came on my phone right before the podcast. I have 2 huge announcements.
Okay.
I don't mean to brag. I have been pre-selected by PayPal to apply for a credit card.
Okay, congrats. That's huge.
Now
Not a lot of people get selected randomly.
Well, I didn't get it. Like, you know what I mean? I got like a kind of notification that I could apply for it.
Okay.
So
that's a little bit less exciting, but congrats anyway.
I guess someone's got a PayPal account old enough to be verified. Also, PayPal has like 2,000 of my dollars, by the way, still.
Oh, really?
When I was having to transfer money back and forth from the UK.
Yeah.
I'll gripe about that. I forget It's been like 2 years because they do this. They just hold it in escrow till somebody pushes back because they're making money on the interest.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the one thing I don't like about Elon Musk. He's got the looks, got the style, got the mind. They based Tony Stark on him.
Speaking of NPC streams.
But I will say, something really nice did happen, and I got a shout out on the yard of Slime saying that he had a nice time hanging out with me.
Aww.
And it was very sweet because if not for his transparency and openness, I would be too nervous to say it, but I really like you, Slime. That was a really nice hangout. That was chill. We just had like he Irish goodbye. He was gone. He was there for the party for like an hour total, I think. But in the 30 minutes we were chilling. We never met before.
Slime is such a sweetie
What a
with
lovely
such
guy.
a tough exterior. He's like a.
He kicked my ass.
What's something that's really hard on the outside but soft on the inside? Like a croissant.
A falafel.
Yeah, a falafel. A slime is like a falafel. Slime is like a falafel.
Very eclectic choice. Very
That's
well
a great-
traveled.
yeah, very
half
vegetarian
Greek.
of you. Yeah.
That's true. Oh, I see. A patriot.
A half Greek vegetarian over here.
Yeah, for me, I'll go with a cup of tea. The mug is
mug is quite hard,
and he has like an open top.
But I accept the challenge.
Yeah, shout out Slime.
Yes, shout out Slime. We should get him on at some point.
I'm all right.
Okay.
I've done it. We should get it. I hope on the next episode of The Yard, he just goes like, psych, dude. I thought you were so lame. I thought you were so
The
annoying."
last shout out I got from Slime was him saying that he wasn't invited to my New Year's party.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And then we checked and he was. And then he was like, oh, my B. I'm like, too late, buddy. You
DM
already
screenshot.
you already roasted our ass on the podcast.
It's over, pal. And and I'm gonna get you 2 invites to my birthday, which is only mine.
Oh, but it's mine.
Oh, fuck. We don't have a plan yet.
We don't
Coming
have a
up
plan.
soon.
It's coming up.
My birthday is?
Yeah.
25.
I've started mentally preparing. I don't like birthdays.
Yeah, never.
I mean, I enjoy the celebration, sure, but I don't like the getting.
I want
older.
it to feel like New Year's. I don't want like the focal point to be too. That's what's nice about getting to distribute it.
Yeah,
50-50.
it's like we're twins.
That is actually really nice. It's fun to see your friends and hang out with your friends, but
Yeah.
it's like I don't want this whole thing to be about me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm also bad at opening gifts in front of people.
Don't do it.
Jesus.
I know
later.
because I don't think I can ever be excited enough.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a thing.
I like gifts. I
love
like,
the thing.
I don't know.
Oh
how
yeah,
to-
but it means so much to receive a gift, and like I can't ever communicate how much it means to be thought of and like receive something from someone you care about, like a friend.
because it's on the emotional expression of crying is the 10.
Mhm.
It's not like what I want to do is go like yay, but that's not the right.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
like
how
the feeling
I'm
is like
feeling.
I'm so grateful for our friendship is like the vibe. But
I
it's
just
not-
don't want to be perceived while I'm emoting.
Right. Speaking of being perceived while you're emoting, Elon Musk.
Cute.
Recently
Epic.
was at a
Oh my
an
God,
award
what is
show.
this?
Wait, we have to find the original. We have to find the original first.
Oh, of him just hanging out.
Elon was.
You haven't seen this, Jordan?
I'm so glad you haven't.
Yeah, I touch grass, Anastasia. Maybe you should try it.
I've never touched grass.
Wait,
before.
maybe Twitter. He's at like the Breakthrough Prize award ceremony.
Elon, fighting pose.
He's kind of throwing his arms up.
Elon, fighting pose.
Okay, just doing emotional poses. He's doing like mocap. His poses are unsettling. He's happy about it. He keeps on instinct doing the same expression he did in that photo with Epstein.
You know, I just realized he kind of reminds me of Austin Powers.
Yeah, dude, he says mojo back.
Before
by the
we-
way, mismatched pants and suit bothers me greatly. I know you can do that with a tuxedo, but not the same color. But come on.
But before we make fun of Elon Musk, I have to say he tweeted an anti-vax meme recently. We were talking about COVID.
Epic.
And I really don't like him.
Epic win.
and
Very
so
topical.
So there's lots of reasons that you could not want to make fun of somebody, and I think Elon Musk deserves these memes.
What
And
happened to the variant?
So some of these. Okay, now we can go back to the. I want to show him the Fortnite one first.
That's really good. God, that's smart.
He does it again.
Radial menu.
The radial menu gets me.
This is toxic playing, dude. This is like disrespectful. I'm not gonna put the effort in, but what about a whoa? That's great.
IDK.
I'm not gonna put the effort in, but how about that in like the lobby where you have 3 other people there? And he's just like throwing them out.
And then there's a Sims one as well.
Every time I think I don't like him, he's just awesome.
He's so amused with himself.
So epic. Well, he's been studying these
his pants
emotionals.
do look well. It's like because the
material.
the menswear guy talked about it, and I didn't see him noting the different color pants, so I thought it was just the lighting. But they look a different color to me
Am I
too.
a genius right now? Oh
It's
my
like
God.
I can't really tell.
It's the texture. One's glossy. His pants are more matte and maybe deep navy instead of black.
It's tough.
Which is not traditionally with a tuxedo, contrast pants no problem. But there has to be contrast. You do not wear blue unless it's extreme. Oh no, not even light. Bad choice.
You can pull it off for sure, but it has to feel more intentional.
You have to have some swag.
It feels like your black pants were like dirty, so you like wore the navy ones.
Yeah,
rather
well,
than like
it feels like you bought them at 2 separate places.
Yeah.
Like I need new pants. Goodwill. That's all they have.
Okay, so I just needed to get that one off because that's been making me laugh.
It does truly feel like he didn't. He's like, I don't know what to do.
People are yelling at him to do things.
But like other people
Gritty.
don't listen to them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But
Hit the
he's just
gritty.
like, oh.
Yeah, literally. Do the jerk.
T-pose.
Push up.
That actually initial white pose he did.
Handstand.
His VTuber accidentally disconnected. That's why the white pose happens for a sec.
Yeah, he T-poses accidentally.
This weirdly reminds me of like Talladega Nights when Will Ferrell's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
I do think there is something to like, there's a kind of reverse uncanny valley where there is actually not even uncanny valley. There is just a mountain. There is an Everest, and you start at the base of it, and you, as age and money accrue or experience and for these kind of shows, I mean, it's always like younger people looking kind of awkward, but they're very well dressed or whatever. And then as the income and the more famous they are, the more resources they have, fashion people, etc., the increase of swag. And then there is this steep drop off where Bezos has too much money and looks like shit. Like something happens. They start paying someone who's like, what's post-chic?
Weirdly, Zuckerberg has started wearing a gold chain and like being normal.
That's
and
awesome.
everybody's like, what's going on?
It's because he's doing jujitsu, dude.
Yeah.
He started
He's
dressing.
like around like real people because like you go to those gyms and stuff and it's like you can't have that tech guy veneer. You got to just like be a normal person.
Yeah, he's dressing like he's in MMA.
Yeah. Again, it's like I always just like making fun of people meritless is like not my bag. But another thing about Elon is that he like is so clearly seeking adoration and fame.
It's rough.
You know what I mean? Like, and these are just like it's documented. Like, and it's
But that's another
clear in his actions.
There's another steep drop off point where you know that like I don't really agree with this or whatever, but like it's a certain salary or income where your happiness doesn't increase, and I think that's like okay. If let's just say it's 250,000, as soon as you make over 250,000, the money no longer makes you happier. It's like, well, it depends why you're making and like how much and what you're doing with it. If you have $5 million medical bills, yeah, 260,000 does feel better. But people are talking about just by itself, like if the accrual of money just makes you, if that's like a ego thing you have, but the exact opposite is true. If like you do get more miserable, it seems like once you have more money than you can ever spend, there is a sudden drop off where you need approval more than you ever did before. It's like if you have really, really, really rich parents, because you know everyone knows, and you have to be like, what he could do is just, be a hero. He could like fix the world, but instead he's like, hey, I played Dark Souls.
Well, that's the thing is like maybe he shouldn't have upset and alienated his family. You know, like maybe the love of your family is actually more important than the love of guys on Twitter.
Or disowning your trans child.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretending that like trans people are invalid or like refusing to like speak on.
Yeah, maybe be loving and kind to your children.
The thing about the term like virtue signaling, I've always found strange because it's always attributed to a particular side of the political spectrum, or like the, it's always like that's such a lib, that's such a leftist position to pretend you believe in certain things, having principles. When in reality, it's like, that's exactly what he is doing. He's just doing it with different signals. Right. And like the iconography of the bullshit he's spouting is appealing to the wrong demo, man. If you want to be approved of by people with, lives and not just posters, it can be insincere, whatever. Just advocate for free healthcare. You don't have to believe in it. You can secretly behind the scenes platform against it, fund things against it, but just say it. You will be way more approved of and way more clouded up by being the cool billionaire than you ever will be by being the alt-right speaking, like alt-right voice for blue checks. Whoa.
This is it's like kind of uncanny.
Unsettling. Whoa, what the hell? Is this, maybe he loves The Sims.
He is a gamer.
Do the Sims emote.
Oh!
Was there an emote where he like invests too much money in a company that hates him?
Yeah.
Dude, that is so creepy. He's not allowed to play his go. Literally think he would benefit so much from just being kind of weird silently in clips like that.
Well, he suffers from like J.K. Rowling disease, where if you just shut up, you would have been very successful and beloved.
And then like, of course, cancel culture has destroyed both of their careers. I don't even know who J.K. Rowling is.
Yeah.
Harry Potter's like a dog or something.
I don't even know, dude. Is that like Hunger Games?
Yeah, I think that's my friend.
What did you had something for us today?
Yeah, I walked through the door. I'm not really on. I haven't used TikTok for months. I just forget that it's there.
Right.
And I'm scared of who, a certain type of people.
I saw that and I almost spit out. Yeah. I saw something on a slide. I'm not ready.
It is. I think we can watch one and then I'll elaborate. Maybe if it's not. It's one of the more unsettling AI generated TikToks I've seen.
Okay.
The general, they all share a premise.
Okay.
And it is, they're pretty popular.
I'm going to close my eyes and Jacob, you can let me know when it's queued up and we're ready. Because it's a surprise to me.
The black and white one?
Yeah. Let me know when we're ready and I'll uncover my eyeballs.
Here we go.
All right. Let it rip. Ugh.
I know.
Did you know that Stewie Griffin from Family Guy is based off my true and tragic story?
What?
Hello, I'm Stu James, from 1950s Rhode Island. I was born into a middle-class family with a stay-at-home mom and a fat man. However, one day, my parents freaked out when they heard a voice in the house.
Heard.
At first, they called a priest to perform a cleansing of the house.
Cleansing.
Believing they were ghosts. However, months later, the voice began again.
How did
This time it was coming from my room. My father discovered that the voices were actually mine, and that I could somehow talk from an early age. My parents were afraid and had me tested, only to learn that I had the highest IQ ever recorded. At first, they were happy, but soon became distant from me, in an attempt to win their love.
So in this universe,
He's looking at his tiny desk.
Stewie's telling his life story.
Stu James.
Stu James is telling his life story as a baby still? Like he's still a tiny baby.
Oh yeah, he's still a tiny baby. I also love that, not to be all, actually, but they can't understand Stewie. In fact, those two people are the only people that don't know what Stewie is saying.
Well, maybe they're hearing voices, but they don't see it coming from Stewie. No, but he said they find out that he could talk.
The exorcism
Stu
worked.
James. This is like what? I'm like trying to understand how you even like you're in the lab. You're like, I'm trying to cook up the next viral sensation. And you go, the true story, the true realistic historical record of cartoon characters. It's just so unsettling.
I mean, the prompt for all of these has to just be in the vein of like typing in, give me a story about the original person that Phineas and Ferb were based on, except it's sad and scary.
Can we go back to when he found out he had the highest IQ ever recorded?
Yeah, didn't Stewie tell him something?
Wait, yeah. What? That guy and that guy are two different generations of. Was the guy doing the IQ test, Stewie?
Yeah, I think maybe that's the original Stu James.
Right. Because that looks like you said, hey, Stable Diffusion, here's a picture of a cartoon character and make him look like a real person.
Like Stewie teaching a class or something.
Yeah, and like it looks like they just generated two completely. Because this is the problem with generative AI. You can't like with. It's really hard to say do it again exactly like that.
Yeah, same character, but I was trying to see what we could generate up as profile pictures for the character Katie was making for the D&D campaign, and I just put in the description, and the guy came out too handsome. So I typed in just see what happened. Same guy, but less handsome. And it generated a similar image, but it removed his nose.
That's so funny.
I was like, I guess that counts,
I guess
kind
that
of.
technically correct. Okay, we can keep it rolling. Only to learn that I recorded the highest IQ ever recorded.
They were
Peter with his
Also,
moped.
why does his famous moped? Lois, I love my moped.
Peter, I'm a stay-at-home mom and you're a fat man.
I'm always stay-at-home mom, fat man. Their jobs.
Yeah, dude.
What? Okay. The thing that
Lucky
is also
there's a
throwing
fat
me
man.
about this AI voice is that it pronounces normal English words incorrectly out of nowhere.
Usually it's pretty good. It's like that chef, dude.
I'm like, yeah. I'm wondering if it's on
Sriracha.
purpose. Yeah.
Distant from me. In an attempt to win their love, I would create incredible inventions and even taught the family dog how to talk.
Oh,
This only freaked out my parents more, causing them to give me up for adoption. Now I sit in a foster home, with my loneliness growing every
Now
day.
you
Soon my loneliness turned into anger and the need for revenge. I'm now plotting my return to get revenge
he's
on
old
Lois and the
now.
fat man.
But they're still alive, by the way.
Like those are all like that's like again the problem with like at least the method they're doing it, they're all fucking different versions of Stewie. Okay,
Can I
the
just say
fam-
that real looking Peter Griffin guy?
who's
pretty-
different every time also.
But like way more impressive than really anybody else.
Yeah. But then there's that real guy who looks like Peter and goes to conventions.
Yeah. Ethan and Nick got me a happy birthday from him.
Oh, that's fun.
He's just like, man, Jordan, I heard it's your birthday. He just is doing bits. And then he just ends and he goes, shut up, Meg.
Here's a guy when I realized Peter Griffin here with a shout out for Jordan from your friend Ethan. He said you wanted a pep talk about how to deal with the hardships of life. But to be honest, I either ignore my problems or exacerbate them. But when my back is up against the wall and I have no other choice, I fall back on the fact that it's a word, well, a bird, and a bird is the word. Oh, well, don't you know about the bird? Well, Peter's gonna tell you about the bird. Bird, it's a word, well, a bird. Shut up, Meg.
Wherever
Shut
it
up,
is.
Meg.
Shut up, Meg. It's
Shut
out on
up, Meg.
It's out on a desktop, my PC for
Shut
a
up.
year.
Shut up, Jordan.
Hey, I'll kill you.
Jordan.
Jesus.
Shut up, Meg.
Hey, shut up, Meg. Whoa.
Giggity. Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Shut up, Meg.
I promised Loretta I would shut up Meg tonight.
I'm played by a white guy.
It's kind of messed up.
It's cool, though.
Remember the Cleveland show? How many of those voice actors were black? I don't know.
What if my son was played by... So there's a baby that talks.
It's
and
Black
there's
Stewie.
There's kind of a Chris-type guy that's a nerd at school. And a character that's not human, but he talks.
Remember the Boondocks? What if my baby was like one of the kids from the Boondocks?
What if it looked like shit?
which is funny because normally that would be like some sort of appropriative thing, but it's a white guy doing a stereotypical black man voice, and we're making a joke about the white guy doing the voice.
Yeah, that is
fun times. I'm a genius.
Oh yeah, did you hear?
Okay, so wait, can we go back to the TikTok? Because there's some hashtag Family Guy, hashtag scary stories, hashtag scary TikToks, hashtag urban legend, the urban legend of Stewie Griffin.
This is horror talk twice.
Yeah, well, you know, if I didn't, it's like if they say it a third time Beetlejuice shows up.
Be careful.
Creator labeled as AI generated. How many?
Stewie Griffin is actually based off Rex Harrison. Who the what?
How many followers does his account have?
Ooh,
oh wow, okay,
not bad.
Wow, this is crazy. So this is like real AI generated content that's like getting genuine engagement.
Yeah, that was another thing that jumped out to me is like, this is actually one of the few times where that it's just gonna it'll just generate content and steal and whatever. I'm like, look, I don't know how to attribute the different things in this. You know, AI has to adopt existing content, but it's vague enough that I'm not particularly bothered by it. But this works. Like, this is just as good as any of this shit, any of the horror talks that are like,
wait,
Jeff the Killer actually married my dad or whatever.
Where do people come up with this stuff? Seth's been telling us these characters were based on people he knew. He was barely alive when this even allegedly occurred. Okay, so they're disputing it. Yeah, did they think that? So that's the thing. It's like, when I see this, I don't feel the need to disprove it, like from a factual standpoint, because it's very clearly a lie.
Actually, SpongeBob didn't exist.
It sounds true, but it's made up. Wow.
Wait, Stewie's actually based on an old short called Larry, and Steve. Okay.
Well,
why not tell that story? Oh,
no, there's a old short that Family Guy's. I think it's called Larry and Steve. Wait, can you type in Larry and Steve? There's like when Seth MacFarlane was at RISD, he did. Yeah. It's
Larry and Steve.
Yeah, it's just Larry and Steve. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it looks like Peter and.
Yeah, and he's got Peter's voice.
Well, there's also this. This is the life of Larry and Steve.
Oh,
was it?
No, this is two different
life
things.
Of Larry and Larry.
So you know what's funny? This person probably read the Wikipedia page and got confused because this is a joint Wikipedia page for two animated short films created by Seth MacFarlane in the mid 1990s. That's so funny.
I mean, yeah, it's based on the character he made. I don't even know.
Yeah. They were on like What a Cartoon. I don't know if you're. Oh, you might not have had that on Cartoon Network. They used to like show like old like Hanna-Barbera cartoons and stuff, and then they would do like stuff like this, and so he had a short there. But I don't think Seth MacFarlane has any controversies that I know about, like real ones. And
he pwned Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Debate.
Well, I was gonna say like Seth MacFarlane, like he recently had a quote about. They're like, if he's ever going to end Family Guy, and he's like, people still enjoy it, so we're just going to keep making it. And I'm like, well, it employs a lot of people.
Fair enough.
Fucking why not?
And
I'm
he makes other stuff, so it's.
And he does other stuff. Yeah.
It's on the Orlando or something. The
Orville.
Huge show.
Yeah, I mean, like I've always been really impressed by him, and I'm glad that in a time when like all of my heroes have fallen because they've come out to be horrible people.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I don't feel like those hours I spent listening to the Family Guy commentary tracks where they would talk about the jokes in the episodes.
Like, this guy's
like,
charming.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this guy's like an auteur. He's like so talented.
Literally introduced me to like Frank Sinatra. Like, I didn't know who Frank Sinatra was.
Yeah.
Lucky there's a Frank Sinatra.
Okay. So we are. Now I'll fucking describe what this is, okay?
Jesus.
I've seen the hashtags. We're on horror talk, my guy.
Sorry, that scared me.
These are horror stories. These are TikToks. Follow to get scary and horrifying stories. Check it out. I know a way to get them without following.
Oh no, Jacob, follow!
If you just fucking click on the videos they play.
All right, I'm not a computer engineer, dude. I don't know how to.
Yeah. All right. No.
He's gonna release a video about your origin.
You go, hey, it's me, Terror Tracks. Did you know about Brian the dog?
It's based on like a weird dog.
Hi, I'm Brian the dog.
Dude, I wish my IQ was high enough to teach a dog how to talk.
All right, so I know, like, because the only problem with teaching a dog how to talk is someone's not smart enough for it.
Oh,
it's possible.
Roo.
So
I'm Ryan Riffin.
I think it's obvious the one we have to watch. Shrek Origins.
I mean, I didn't.
I assume that's in the X-Men Origins type universe.
It's him with Will.i.am and Hugh Jackman. I believe.
Right. Eddie Murphy's there.
I love this. Yeah, Will.i.am is in the X-Men Origins movie. Hell yeah.
Did you know the movie Shrek is based off my true and tragic story? Hello, I am Meyer Michels.
Wait, pause. Okay, can we go back to the very beginning? I found a flaw. So
yeah.
the AI that they're using to animate the mouth, which is not good, obviously doesn't recognize Shrek's ears. So they've created a image with Shrek's ears, and then the face is completely animated independently of that. So his head keeps moving while his ears stay in the same place.
Is that weird hair also? Is it from something?
Well, that's because you can't have a man without hair. Plus, yeah, come on, none of that fucking CGI bullshit. Dude is as a family full of hairy beasts. All right, let's play.
Did you know the movie Shrek is based off my true and tragic story? Hello, I am Meyer Michels from the quiet town of Sunny City, Florida in the 1890s.
You been there?
I'm from Florida.
Just look up
Sunny City sounds like Cap to me. Can we Google whether or not Sunny City, Florida is a real place?
Yeah,
it sounds like Cap, but it's also kind of spot on for a city.
It could be, yeah.
Sunny City Center.
Nope. Sun City Center. It is a Sun City Center is an unincorporated census designated place. Okay, well,
I can see how AI slipped up a little bit.
I can see how the AI slipped up a little bit.
Is Meyer Michels Michael Myers?
I think that's what they're doing. They're Mike Myers.
Yeah, it's an anagram for I am Tom Marvolo Riddle.
Probably like whatever AI they used to write this script just associated it with
Shrek is played by
James.
Mike Myers. Yeah, Stu Jones or whatever.
Yeah.
Stu James.
Steph McNarland.
My creator. I taught the dog B. Ryan to talk.
I tell you, and he was like, "Oh, hello. I guess you're smart enough to teach me."
I recognize you have the highest IQ ever recorded.
People knew me for my intimidating demeanor. Despite selling onions at my onion stand, my meager earnings
Scanning onions detected.
Despite selling onions at my onion stand.
So Jesus, why's he wearing skinny jeans?
Yeah, bro. Maybe that was the style back then. You don't know. Why does it look like his clothes don't close? Like it looks like he's wearing a onesie that he can't close. So then they just put another outfit in the middle.
I've never seen a deep neck pants.
Yeah, dude. It's an extreme V-neck onesie.
He does have a lot of layers, Jacob. That's a very good point.
Well,
That's
it was the 1890s. That was the thing about 1890s fashion. Layers were, if you weren't layered, you weren't a player. If you know what I'm saying.
Can I take?
Oh, there you go.
Can I take a moment? I just want to challenge the idea because he's like, "Oh, I always have a bunch of layers." Not really. You are mean and scary, and then you're nice sometimes. What is the additional layer that Shrek has? He has layer. Onion has layer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And thankfully, I have layer.
All right. Despite selling onions at my onion stand.
My meager earnings barely earned a living. One fateful night in 1894, 3 men plundered my home, leaving me penniless and getting evicted.
Oh, wait.
Desperate for a fresh...
Evicted?
They plundered. Can you scroll back to when they start doing the zoom of the 3 men, one of whom was Abraham Lincoln, I presume?
Yeah, plunderer.
Scroll back. Yeah, okay. So now just go a frame or 2 forward.
Oh!
That tripped me up when I saw
the
that.
twins. Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Getting evicted. Desperate for a fresh start, I joined a traveling circle, captivated by a poster that promised both debenture and pay.
Traveling
as the circus
circle.
strongman, I lifted heavy objects on stage, gaining fame as I journeyed across the globe.
Why not? I feel like you could be
2 decades later.
Whoa, what the hell?
This is not a lot.
I turned into another man.
I turned into
I got
a different
more
guy.
hair. I went
turned
less
into-
bald.
Yeah. I feel like at a traveling circus, you could be a woman with a beard. And so, like, why wouldn't a guy that looked like that just be the attraction himself? Why does he have to lift stuff?
I guess it's like
Yeah, he would be the attraction.
it's called
Look at me and my weird ears. I'm also green.
the Incredible Maya, the Incredible Shrek.
He can lift stuff. What is that?
He looks like Shrek.
It's like if
wow.
if I had a dog that could talk, and I'm like, watch, he can like jump through a hoop, and then he jumps through the hoop, and he goes, high five, brother. And then you're like, wait, can
Get him
that
on the
dog
mic.
talk? No, check it
Yes.
out. He can spin a ball on his nose.
Let's do a whole conversation. Did we ever talk about this? You know, Air Bud just was already a basketball playing dog.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He was owned by like Rigatoni Spaghetti or something.
Yeah, I tried to teach Dipper how to play basketball, but my IQ wasn't high enough.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I can only teach him to talk.
I don't want to play.
He's like, we should bring back the triangle offense.
Oh, Dipper, you've got a good b-ball IQ.
He doesn't want to play basketball. He wants to coach.
Right, that makes sense.
You need to buy a team and then
He did show up with a clipboard the other day at the park.
Dude, he's an Epo baby. He's
He
going to
just
start
threw it
using
at the ground. He was mad at the other dogs for not falling in line. What about you're forgetting our schemes?
Tired of the circus life and feeling underpaid, I decided to leave. In 1912, I found new employment as a boiler room worker on the luxurious.
Did he become green then?
I cherished the job and planned.
Wait, on the luxurious, did he say Titanic?
The luxurious
No
Titanic.
way. Shrek?
I met a woman named Rose.
Now that's a movie I would watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
I saw one of
the
Tibbs.
boiler room.
Yeah.
Phil in the comments says he was based on Maurice Tillett. This guy doesn't even exist.
But I mean, how would they get that photo of him in the boiler room on the Titanic?
Rest in peace, by the way. Unless it was a different day on the Titanic.
Shout out to the boiler room.
Maybe it's like when they were just testing out the boiler room before it launched.
Making sure it boils.
Yep. Or maybe he's talking
Boils.
about the to-scale remodel that James Cameron made for the movie.
Yeah.
There's a comment that says, we are getting real close to never knowing what's real and what's not.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not getting that close.
I know that this isn't real.
Yeah,
Well-
the SpongeBob one's probably real.
So, you know that meme? It's like a little Yachty meme of him walking out on stage on Coachella, and now people are like swapping other people out with AI. How long until we can completely replace Leonardo DiCaprio with Shrek in the Titanic?
That guy didn't even exist.
The whole movie.
The whole movie. I feel like that technology is going to exist.
Replace him with just an older Leonardo
And it's going to be
DiCaprio.
like, okay, I don't know if it's 5 years. I don't know if it's 2 years, but there's going to start being people on Twitter going, if it's still around, going, fuck it, Shrek Titanic. And then it'll be like the full movie. And then it's a nightmare for fucking DMCA because they've now replaced elements with AI. And so you can't one-to-one compare. I'm now creating, this is going to be horrible for piracy. And then people aren't going to know which version is real. They're going to be like, I watched a version with Shrek.
There's going to be
There was
children who are like, yeah, I've seen Shrek, King of the World.
Have you seen Oppenheimer, but he's black?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is real. They
Yeah.
replace him. They replace Robert Downey Jr.'s character with his character from Tropic Thunder.
It's the Wizard of Oz, but it was all black people, and they're like, they did it with AI, and they're like, no, that was the Wiz.
That was the Wiz.
No, I think it was AI.
People pirate the Patreon content, but your Family Guy characters.
Okay, now that is worth
that's a
it.
good idea.
They can start a new Patreon for just
I'll sign up.
to pay for their server costs.
We will filter our server and come back to them and lose money on fees.
Sounds good. Sign me up as long as I can be Peter.
Make me
Let's keep
the
going.
guy that plays Cleveland.
Oh, yeah. As a boiler room worker on the luxurious Titanic.
Oh no, it's
I
ice.
cherished the job and planned to work there forever.
Cherish it.
Sadly, on April 14th, 1912, the Titanic struck an iceberg.
No.
Oh,
and sank.
for fuck's sake.
Rumors say I actually saved lives by
Why
breaking
does it look
a
like
jam
he's
door in the
scheming?
boiler.
He's holding
He's
a big
like,
iceberg.
They'll never tell. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Is it you zoom in on the iceberg and it's him? It's Shrek.
He's the iceberg.
He's
The boat hit him.
He's on the phone with the iceberg. And now,
The hell?
and
Yeah,
then
they made
he
him
looks like
littler.
he'd go.
Yeah, we didn't answer his riddle correctly, so
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
get hit by an iceberg.
I imagine the iceberg like jumping out in front of the Titanic, like someone trying to get hit by a car or something.
Yeah,
With a
it was
gun.
a rapid tectonic shift, the likes of which have never been seen.
Jumps out there with a knife. Hey, pull over.
Yeah. Okay, so I picked one.
Hold on. So wait, he's dead. Okay. But his voice.
Well, he recorded all of this
jam door in the boiler
posthumously.
The ship sank.
I really.
Wait, no,
Shrek is based on.
Wait, go back. He actually survived.
He saved lives.
Rumors say it actually saved lives.
What do you mean rumors? You're telling us the story.
By breaking a jam.
Before the ship sank.
Breaking a jam that was in the door of the boiler room before the ship. Well, yeah, before it fucking sank.
Wait a second. What do you mean rumors? Did you do it or not? Did
you start the rumor?
Are you Shrek or aren't you? I'm starting to think this guy's not Shrek.
No, this is Michael Myers.
Right.
I think it's Meyer Michels.
Yeah, my bad.
Meyer
I don't know
Michels
his
sounds
stream.
like your mouth isn't working.
Meyer Michels.
It doesn't feel like a thing you're allowed to say.
Can I just say all of these ones, like all of the designs that are in black and white, and they've just made them like extra traditionally handsome and stuff. Those look like Riverdale designs. These all look like Ryan Murphy shows.
Yeah. Okay.
That's Scooby-Doo. That's like the Scooby-Doo one. That's a zombie from Ryan Murphy's sexy Dawn of the Dead.
On the CW,
Did Ryan Murphy make this TikTok?
Oh, he's piloting? Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thinking. I really need to see the Pokemon one. I am curious about SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm very curious about the Minions. Why did that one not go viral?
I gotta say, the SpongeBob SquarePants one is like visually grotesque. I had to look away from it.
Okay, we won't do that.
But
so
you could look at it.
Here's something interesting. The Willy Wonka one has 4 million views. We know about Willy Wonka and AI. And also, there's the same company that's put on that Willy Wonka thing is doing something in LA. So we might try
Should
to
we go?
We might try. We'll see if we can get in. I know it's going to be tough.
Because there's one or two results that they've tried to get in on the meme and it's just going to be whatever. Or they are genuinely still trying. They didn't, like Sony when Morbius, everyone was making fun of it. They re-released it. Like, I guess people love this movie. I hope that they are just like, oh, I guess people really like the event. Even less Lemonade.
Like, I hope it's sincere and I hope they're not like, oh, let's try and make a bad event.
Sure.
It's like I don't want that.
Tommy was those other movies. It's like not quite there.
Oh, I watched The Neighbors, his TV series on Hulu back in 10 years ago now. And boy, is it bad.
It's at least it's long.
It's it's torture. It's like actually just mixed horribly, so it's hard to even listen to. But okay, so I'm starting to see a pattern where the ones that are popular are like a little bit believable. Like Willy Wonka is really based on a guy. Whereas like the Minions, obviously the Minions are based on I'm John C. Minion, and the Minions are actually based on me. I had the intellect of a genius as a baby.
Steve Gru.
Yeah.
Rise of Gru. The Joker one you'd expect to do better, but I think people are like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
It's from Batman.
Also, the AI's got to be the best for the Joker because you didn't have to fucking change him.
Oh, dude.
Let's do the Minions.
Before we do the Minions one? It is
bad.
The most preposterous one I saw, like
really?
As to what the origin is. Do you want to get? I
Should
won't
we
tell, but
should we do it last?
I mean, we can do it now. But
okay.
It's ridiculous. Which also might be why it wasn't shared. It's like the least believable.
Do you think it's like okay? Not do you think you've seen it, but is it a situation where there was like a lab leak, and or like an experiment gone wrong, Powerpuff Girls style?
It may lead there. I only saw the first 20 seconds, but that was enough for me to go like, I'll put this on the podcast.
Okay. No, let's jump in.
The Minions are actually kidnapped, mutated children. Hello, I'm Kevin from 1950s San Francisco.
1950s Kevin.
Hello, I'm Kevin from 1950s San Francisco. I am a child, and you're watching a video of me.
You know how they make one Kevin a decade? This is the 1950s Kevin.
Which Kevin? Yeah, wait, sorry.
I'm Kevin.
Jeffrey Epstein, the financier. Kevin.
Let's go loud.
Kevin. 1969 Kevin, the president?
Don't be an idiot. It's Kevin.
1950s Kevin from San Francisco.
This one was assassinated in San Francisco.
I see.
California. Growing up, I lived next door to a strange, tall, bald man that kept to himself, nicknamed Gru. One night, my friend Stuart...
Why? Why is he in all caps? Gru after the movie Despicable Me.
It's almost that scene in Oppenheimer where they go, a young senator named John F. Kennedy voted to impeach.
The best part of that movie is like when he's. I always imagine the room like where he, did his big famous quote or whatever, and it's maybe like people are like reacting. It's maybe a little too loud, and he keeps waiting for a lull to go like, "I am death. I become death.
I
become death. Destroy worlds." Did you guys hear me?
This is. I've seen the horrors of this world, and I have also created them.
Oh, I'm become death. I've become death.
I've become minion. Destroyer of Grooves.
A tall bald man that was nicknamed Gru.
This sounds like a lady's voice too, right?
Well, this is Kevin from 1950 San Francisco.
Oh, I forgot.
He's also a little boy.
Don't say something so stupid ever
You sound
again.
insane. He's a mutated child.
And that kept to himself, nicknamed Gru. One night, my friends Stuart, Bob, and I snuck into Gru's house when he was away.
Is that what
At
they're
first,
called?
the house seemed normal with a lot of dust. However, we discovered his basement had a secret door to an even larger basement.
The house, it's just a normal house with a bunch of dust.
Yeah, it was like, what's in a house? Dust.
This house is clean. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah. It was spick and span. Dangerous afoot.
Me, when I just walk in, I want to buy a house. I just every time I walk into it, I'm like, what the
I do
hell?
love the
It's so
this
clean.
is like horror, right? But then it's like then we were in the basement and we found another basement. Like,
Bunch of
wow, spooky.
Just a regular basement full of dust.
Inside, we saw giant machines, lasers, and a map of the world. That's when we learned of Gru's plans to attack major cities around the world. We soon tried to leave, but unfortunately...
I gotta get this map in case I forget what the cities are.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What was I
Also, these are kids. How are they like uncovering a plot? Is it like I'm Gru? He like wrote his whole plan down. I'm Gru. This is a map of the world. These are the cities I'm gonna attack.
Oh, dude, it's like the letter the Korga writes and leaves in the
Oh
swamp.
yeah, I was literally about to say it's the letters all around the world where it's Gortash's plan to attack the Sword Coast.
Dude, don't forget your code for the safe.
Yeah.
It's your birthday year, and that, of course, is 1994.
Around the world. We soon tried to leave, but unfortunately Gru caught us. He then put all three of us into these weird yellow suits. At first they were loose, but soon became skin tight as the goggles clamped onto our faces. Suddenly the suit began to fill up with
The
yellow liquid.
hazmat children.
Yeah, they don't really wear hoods, do they?
No,
are they gonna become it?
Yeah, they're basically saying that like he put on little hazmat suits, and then we became the little hazmat suits.
This kid doesn't seem that bothered.
And then also we were naked now that our body was a hazmat suit, so we put on suspenders.
I guess, yeah. We were nude, which is weird.
It started to harden around our bodies. That's when I realized the liquid was breaking down our bodies and began replacing them with the suit. Our childhood memories started to fade away as we began to transform into
for this one.
Good job he made a TikTok.
The one telling the story looks like a normal child.
Normal child
The
from
one-
1950 San Francisco, I'd say.
Sorry, excuse me.
Kevin, if I were to give him a name.
Kevin from 1950. We all know the Kevin of each year.
Yes, that's true. I'm sorry.
The one from
It's
Gilmore
horrific.
Guys.
This one looks kind of like a Ninja Turtle.
He's dressed real nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen a minion clean up so good. Though he needs to shave. I guess they're bald by choice, the minions.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess it's just style. Or does Stewie or whatever one of them's called have hair?
Does hashtag horror talk mean anything in black and white is scary?
It seems like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's the slowed and reverbed song of choice.
Naya says, just spoiled my favorite show.
What's the show? I turned to Jerry Seinfeld for a second. What's the show?
What's the deal with
what got spoiled?
Maybe there's a minion show.
They're called the Minions. You know they work for the bad guy.
They lived during the dinosaur.
What is going
on? Well, they
on?
did in the movie, Rico. Dumbass. Sorry. But if anything gets me steamed, it's comments and people not remembering Kevin.
We began to transform into Grus. I hate that there's a new line after an apostrophe.
Our friendship and names lived on, but our newfound dedication to Gru led us to recruiting more neighborhood children into his growing minion army. The minions are actually kids.
So it's weird because what did he? I want to know how he became back to normal 1950s Kevin, and then it was Kevin.
Kevin, 1950 Kevin.
And then San Francisco Kevin. And then also, why is he still young? Like, what is this? Like, it's like a confessional from a reality TV show where it's like you're seeing inside of their brain at the moment, even though you know they recorded it after the fact. He quit. When Chiara said that to me, I was like, girlfriend. And it's like,
I'm about to go off.
I'm about to go off. Here's me going off.
In the same outfit I wore 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you're wearing the same outfit the whole time.
Maybe he's psychic. Also, I've never seen any Minions movies, including Despicable Me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming this is the story.
Yeah, pretty much word for word, bar for bar.
I think the Kevin's from 1960, maybe though.
Oh, shoot.
Tall, bald man named Gru. That doesn't even look, that's just a tall, bald man.
Yeah, nickname Gru.
Doesn't look a thing. Why couldn't they have done the thing they did with Peter where they give him like the big Gru body?
Yeah, just do Peter again.
Also, why Gru has like quite a nose.
Right.
I guess we're seeing him in a portrait.
True. Yeah, they go sideways and it's like a foot long.
And he does his voice. He goes, man, she.
He goes, I'm Steve Carell from The Office.
Hi. Would you like a Dundee? Thanks, Steve. Dude, my childhood ruined. It's comments rule.
What's the Pokemon one? Because I'm like, what is that going to be?
I think these people are happy. Like the people that believe these are happier than us.
I
Like,
for sure.
The eclipse is going to explode, but it'll be good, and I'll travel to a dimension where.
Oh
it's
my
like,
God!
Mike Myers is called Myers Michael.
After that, I'm like Dora the Explorer, the true story of Dora the Explorer.
That one I thought would do better. The Dora Explorer one.
Oh,
it's
for
like
sure.
Yeah, because it's like, there could be a lady
a
named Dora.
I saw it in this one.
Ash Ketchum is actually in a coma, and the Pokemon series is just a dream. Hello, I'm Ash, and you may have noticed how I didn't age throughout the entire series. You'll also notice that every Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny looked exactly the same. That's because I was in a coma. Yes, I did get my Pikachu, but things took a turn of the worst when we were attacked by a flock of wild sparrows. My Pikachu...
It's so funny that, first of all, Spearow, name of a Pokemon, Sparrow, name of an animal.
That in the coma?
And this is the one time they couldn't use AI. They just had to put in a fucking image of the anime.
They kept typing in Spearow, and it kept giving like a weapon.
The AI is like, I don't know what you want from me.
Dude, I put him in a coma.
This is also like a old like theory.
Yeah,
but
this theory was
it's a
done.
stupid theory because it's a cartoon show for kids. And
Well, it's arbitrary, right? You can say about any show ever made by anyone.
Right.
Oh, they were in a coma and none of it, and that's how it is explained.
Oh.
It's all a dream, actually.
Simpsons.
Can we go back to I love AI fingers. Can we go back to him in the coma? Oh yeah. Look at that.
Whoa.
What is going on there? And he talks about himself in the third person at the beginning, which threw me off.
Are they about to say, because he started talking about like, implying, well, Pokemon isn't real. Sure. Wrong, but sure. Then, is he about to say how he ended up in the coma and it was by like Pikachu electrocuted him?
I'm going to guess that's where it's going.
Yes, I did get my Pikachu, but things took a turn of the worst when we were attacked by a flock of wild sparrows. My Pikachu let out a huge burst of electricity to protect me. However, it overwhelmed my body and put me into a coma. Every time you saw Pikachu shock me, it was actually the doctors trying to resuscitate.
Is it a dream or not? I don't understand.
Why are they resuscitating like a Koopa? Like, wait, go back. Who were they resuscitating?
It's his baseball cap. It's like taken some of the.
Like, why is his back like a? What is that?
Never been in a coma.
I guess not.
Also, you don't resuscitate someone in a coma.
They should try that.
You also don't resuscitate someone by pushing on their back. Is that his back? Am I even interpreting that
It's his
correctly?
turtle shell.
I think
that's what it looks like.
Something has happened where, like, clearly that part at the bottom is like materially supposed to be a hat, like a cap, and then that circle in the center and red is his actual baseball cap, like pattern.
Dude, to be honest, I don't know it's true, but these stories are interesting to watch. And then someone else says, this theory could be legit. I've heard it before. But there's also the theory that Ho-Oh gave him immortality. Interesting stuff. No, it's not.
No. How did Bart get his?
Yeah.
How did Stewie get his immortality?
Well, they got it. Stu James actually got it from being the highest IQ ever recorded.
So big his age was
and teaching his
slow.
dog to just talk.
Was actually the doctors trying to resuscitate me, but they eventually gave up and put me on life support. My friends are also aspects of my personality. Brock is my repressed urge to flirt with girls.
Again.
My subconscious...
Damn.
Legend.
Dude.
Same.
Brock forever horny, forever getting strays, I guess, or direct shots.
My subconscious is Misty for what?
They also just couldn't they couldn't do Brock as an AI guy. They had to just use
the difference is interesting.
yeah, when they choose to use the thing, so funny.
Misty to help me explore those urges as Brock.
Ugh,
Team
what
Rocket
the
was a
fuck is
manifestation
this?
of my negative traits, whereas Pikachu represented my humanity that Team Rocket kept.
You can do this about literally any story. Take all of the characters and say, this is a manifestation of this.
Yeah.
This is a manifestation of that. Also, I was in a coma.
Especially if it has themes.
And it's so funny. If you did that, then it would literally be like, people would go, huh, interesting theory.
That's a pretty good point. Stewie's actually.
I would get an F in English class for that.
Like Stewie's manifestation, my resentment towards my mother.
Right. Brian
Peter
is
I'm worried about getting overweight.
Brian is a manifestation of my repressed desire to have a dog.
I'm a furry.
Team Rocket kept trying to steal from me. After 25 years in my coma, I finally became the Pokemon master I always wanted to be. Sadly,
How?
though, this represented me being taken off of life support. Ash Ketchum.
Oh,
is
right. They had
actually-
to make it scary at the end, so he dies.
He's dead, so how is he talking to us?
Well, wait, how did they write? Who was looking at this? Who was like getting this information from him in the coma? Was he writing unconsciously?
It's a ghost.
Wait, maybe he's not dead. He came out of the coma, and that's why they took him off life support.
He started speaking he started speaking nonsense, and they were like, "We got to pull the plug.
Let's put him back in."
He just said he was electrocuted by sparrows or some shit.
This really makes me quite like Sarah Natachini's like a bad person for this.
Yeah, she kind of did that.
She said doing his voice because he's been in a coma.
It's true. How dare her?
Help me,
actually.
I'm in a coma.
That was weird. She did that line for 15 years.
Hey, I'm fucking dead.
Hey, I'm in a coma over here.
Fanuk.
Hey, start resuscitating my turtle shell.
Oh, correct. Shit.
I became a Pokemon master in my dreams.
I love the phrasing they had was like, it was that every shock was the EMTs trying to bring me back to life or whatever, and then when they gave up, they put me on life support.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong. You age in a coma.
No.
Yeah.
So like,
But I guess not in your brain.
but the whole. Oh, I see. I'm still looking at him like this, and I'm like, who's that? That's his ghost.
That's like the idea of somebody adapting a true story and being like, well, you know, like then we get an older version. Then like, it doesn't get older in the truth. You can't do that. Like, oh, fuck. Japan did it, so.
I love trying to justify things that it just happen in every cartoon show.
His name is Ash Ketchum, by the way. It just is exactly Ash Ketchum.
Ash Ketchum is actually
So not
Ash Ketchum.
Ketchum or something.
Yeah, they really went for it.
These are cool. Like,
all right, let's do one more. They've been cranking these things out.
Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No way.
They gave him a semicolon on his head. Wait, SpongeBob SquarePants, but then SpongeBob SquarePants reversed.
Oh wait, no, because I was looking at that Avatar one. There's two Avatar ones.
I don't know which one's the really scary one.
Well, they perfected.
Oh, sorry,
the Arrow AI.
Give it another swing.
There's two Phineas and Ferbs as well.
Oh, that Avatar got way more than the other one.
Wait, there's 3 SpongeBob SquarePants, and those 2 are just guys.
The Harry Potter is just.
Nah, I can't do a SpongeBob.
Hey.
Shrek Origins Part 2, and now he looks like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, it's really original. I thought he died on the Titanic.
I escaped on a boiler room door.
Rumors are.
Did you already watch the Willy Wonka one?
No.
I feel like we should watch that.
Let's do it.
Maybe it's true.
Did you know the movie Willy Wonka is based off...
This has to be an early one that they did because it looks like fucking Annoying Orange. Like, it looks like it's just someone else's mouth moving.
Why are his lips pink? It's
Yeah.
only that.
Story.
Busted.
Hello, I'm Tonka Jahari.
What the fuck? That's so different. Willy Wonka, Tonka Jahari.
So
Creator of the Tonka
isn't
truck.
Tonka Jahari a made-up person on Impractical Jokers?
Is that true? I've
All
never
I
seen
could
that
find
show.
on Tonka Jahari was an Impractical Jokers skit. That's so funny because like AI is just pulling from things it knows.
Yeah.
Esoteric name. Oh, here's a weird one.
I don't know.
Jarvis Johnson.
Sal Volcano.
Yeah.
Successful businessman from the early 1900s. I owned a chocolate factory in Philadelphia. I was known to be stingy with money and used little people because they were cheap labor. I also gave tours of my
That is the
factory,
rule.
but the tourist would disappear. Over 200 people went missing on my tours, never to be seen
This is
again.
just Willy Wonka
because
by
of
saying
my
it's
wealth
real.
and economic power brought to the city. No one would even dare speak up out of fear until a group of
pause for a
4
second?
friends would go.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm gonna just be, honestly, 150 people, like let's say 150 have gone missing on the tours, and then someone's like, "Do you want to go to a Willy Wonka tour?" I don't think I do.
No, why
I feel,
would you?
look at some machines and then disappear.
I do love this this poster where it says Mr. Hamburgers.
It looks like America City.
And yeah, so if anyone has seen Third Brillard,
there's a reward of.
Yeah, there is, unfortunately, yeah. But contact.
Maybe it's Russian.
Yeah, we don't know where Tonka's from.
Tonka truck?
He's inside of a truck. Hello, I'm Tonka the truck. I'm actually based on a real truck. It's like, hello, my name is Optanthony Primus. And I'm a firefighter.
Willy Wonka was based on
and
me.
I was trapped in my truck and during a hard job, and I started to fuse into my. There was an old bald guy named Gru, and he like,
but nicknamed
made me fuse into my fire truck.
There was a. Hi, I'm the true story of Willy Wonka. I am based on the bald guy from Impractical Jokers.
Hello, I'm Willard Wonkin.
That would have been better.
Oh, yeah, that works for me, actually. This song is called Last Hope. Slowed
plus reverb. Every song is slowed plus reverb, so that it just sounds like wow.
I do think that's one of the first Zoomer things where it was like,
wait a second.
Is the like re-releases of like a Yachty song or something, but
Yeah.
through the wall at a party or something.
Right.
This is dumb.
Look at this. I don't care if this is real or not, but I want this Wonka movie. It exists.
There's actually, I have huge news.
There's a couple of
There's
them.
a few, dude. You can pick. Oh wait, let's keep going.
One of them's kind of a horror.
That's it. I need a horror version of
Until a
Willy
group
Wonka.
of four
It's not a
friends
fucking
would
happy
go on-
story.
I mean, there kind of is the Johnny Depp one's pretty horrifying. It's not really tragic. He killed a bunch of people. So that for him, it's not that tragic.
On a tour at the chocolate factory. During the tour, the four friends got a weird vibe from me. Toward the end of the tour, we reached a chocolate waterfall. The group dared one another to push me into the waterfall as a harmless
Gene
joke.
Wilder, right?
However, after I was pushed, I sunk to the bottom. The police were called, and they recovered me
Always
from the
three
waterfall.
police.
But I was already a frozen statue of chocolate. In an attempt to save me, doctors used a hammer to break the outer
I thought he was
shell of
sucking
it.
his chocolate dick. I for sure thought he was sucking his chocolate dick there.
Not to, hey man, look, I see a giant chocolate man. It's a matter of time. I'm working top to toe.
Oh, I'm starting on the erect chocolate penis.
There was this place in the Castro in San Francisco called Hot Cookie where you could get a chocolate penis, and it's like legit good.
Yeah, I bet.
Dude, I would never eat that. What the hell?
I'm not even joking.
How much is that?
I'm not even joking when I say the easiest thing to eat would be to like knock off the chocolate penis and then eat it.
The
Just
dick and
break
balls
it.
would be.
Yeah.
The pipe
Break
and
me off a
beans.
piece of that.
It's easy, dude.
Also, that's being fully erect in a fucking chocolate suit is insane. What? Now it's not a chocolate penis, but what is he doing? He's
like a cigar.
brushing it or something.
Wait, so the kids were creeped out by him and pushed him into
Well, they got
the-
a weird vibe.
Yeah, that is weird.
Maybe the weird vibe was that his erect penis.
Oh,
Yeah, he had his dick out. Do you think that was a weird?
I do
Guys,
love.
this guy's
I do
weird.
love the idea of he's got a weird vibe. Let's kill him.
Also, he was frozen in the chocolate.
yeah.
When chocolate gets really cold, it turns to liquid. Just so you know.
Of the chocolate statue. After a few hits by the doctor, I shattered into a million pieces. The local authorities then seized my chocolate factory. It was discovered that the missing tourists were used.
So after he was shattered into a million chocolate shards, the police were like, "Let's get involved.
Now we can get his chocolate.
Now we can
factory.
get him. Stop resisting."
They were just after seizing his factory the whole time.
After my penis got ate, I was shattered into a million pieces.
Same, brother.
Also, when she left, I was shattered.
I should text her.
Again, he's telling the story from beyond the grave.
I guess, yeah, they're all doing that.
He died on the Titanic.
He's a talking black and white fucking photograph like Harry Potter.
Then seized my chocolate factory. It was discovered that the missing tourists were used as an ingredient for my chocolate bars.
Yeah.
Did you know?
And they had their face on them. Yeah.
That was unwise.
This one was Amelie.
You're eating Steven.
Yeah.
That's like if
this one's Kevin from 1950 San Francisco.
Like every time the Zodiac Killer sends in a letter, he signs his name. He's like, by the way, got him. Guilty. There's very few shots of this that don't have people in them. It's like, no matter what the shot is, It's a missing poster with a person in it. It can't be the streets of London. Did he say where he was?
No.
Is that Kevin? Is that 1950 Kevin?
It might be 1950. In Kevin's movie,
yeah,
they did show San Francisco in the 1950s.
Yeah, that's true. That was pretty
AI
cool.
depiction.
Yeah, AI sepia town.
There's one thing I recognize from San Francisco. It's very, very long open streets with palm trees. Wide.
Just massive, wide streets.
Just intersecting market streets. Just all
Market 1, Market 2. Market on every street.
Oh, dude, I miss, what was the place I used to go to with my mock chicken? Azolinas.
Oh, dude, I miss, one of my friends just went to San Francisco and they got Burma Love and they sent me a picture and I just stared at it and I was like, oh, I want this so bad.
Tried eating my phone. Tragic.
All right, well, this was fun. We've got an action-packed episode of Sad Boyz Nightz coming right after this. If you want to hop on over to patreon.com/sadboys, where you can subscribe for as low as $5 a month and get like 50, 60 hours of content.
And like the ratio of good to bad, it's not bad.
In terms of what we'll be talking about this week, one, we recorded us shooting the shit before we recorded the show.
Yeah.
And then also we have a bunch of topics that we didn't get to in this episode, like the Obama themed gas station. Tom McDonald has a new music video. The guy who spent $10,000 a month on AI girlfriends.
That's right.
So
the romantic.
We'll talk about those things and more. But for now, thanks for joining us on today's episode of Sad Boys.
Well, I'm Jarvis and I'm Jordan.
And we end every episode with a Jarvis and Jordan.
We love you.
And we're sorry.
I remember back when I was the only political rapper. What the hell happened? All of a
He's
sudden
the only
now-
political rapper.
Never the only political
Dude,
rapper.
Can you believe that J. Cole became like politically aware and active because of Tom McDonald?
Yeah, NWA, when they first found out about Tom McDonald when they were writing "Fuck the Police,"
And then they really cared if they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you."
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know, guys. I'm sorry.
Gucci girl, how you doing? How you moving, girl? Moving, girl. How's your day looking? That future girl, yeah, we on now. Take my money, go away, or you want it?
Girl, too rich for me.